am Sith King.
And I'm Sonic Sons.
We're the Rambling Reviewers.
Today's our 100th episode. That song's not copyrighted, is it?
Yeah, well, we're getting demonetized.
No, we never made money in the first place. We never actually clicked the box.
Okay, well, as long as we're getting demonetized, fuck these guys. I'm going to tell you guys what I really think about Israel.
What?
It's a really nice place. I don't know. I thought that opinions of Israel on the internet were a fast way to get demonetized. So.
I see.
Okay.
So 100th episode. Even though earlier we had some episodes that were like split into pieces, but whatever. This one we're counting as number 100. We're going to be doing Batman v Superman. But we said last time that at the beginning of this episode we would list off all the people that had commented.
So allow me to do it now. Okay, well, that was an exhaustive list. Screw all of you.
Nobody
Fuck
commented.
every single one of you. All of you.
No. But
all of
our
you.
most recent comments, though, are from Wolfgang Cloud on the previous My Hero Academia video. Thank you, Wolfgang. Then Frauer001 said you guys are very underrated on the Star Wars video. Thank you, Frauer.
And TARDISman14, do you guys still take requests? Well, until I stop waking up screaming at the thought of Space Dandy. No, we don't take requests, you asshole!
Actually,
I will find you, and I will eat your soul!
His next request is Young Justice. We actually like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. I forgot that we liked Young Justice. Still, I am still having catapult nightmares from Space Dandy.
Space Dandy was a weird show. The next one down the list is Daniel Abraham, who, like Frauer, is asking why we don't get more publicity on YouTube.
Hey, keep spreading the links, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We recently changed all the titles of the videos to have the word podcast in the front and in the title. So maybe we should have been doing that the whole time, and people would have like understood what we're here for.
Yeah.
Or something, because they're talking about Alpha Rookie, a channel very similar to ours. I listened to a brief sample. It is very similar to ours, and they've got like way more people.
It's significantly inferior to ours because they don't have me.
Ah, well, there's that.
And my sexiness.
WEWF said good stuff 5 months ago. Thank you, WEWF.
On what was that on?
Oh, was Cisco right?
Oh, yes. By the way, yes, I thought about it. He's still right.
All right,
so
cool.
Go fuck yourselves.
Gabriella Reed said more things about Cisco, and I debated with her a little bit. Thank you, Gabriella, for your comments. Wolfgang Cloud again.
Shark Boy okay. Shark Boy okay.
Oh, that's when we posted the first bit of Power Rangers accidentally chopped off at the end, and it ends with you going, one thing I did not like, and then it stops. And so he writes in, what didn't you like? And I remember when I saw that comment, and I was like, what is he angry about? I'm sure we listed many things we didn't like.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
us.
And then I listened.
We're a bitch factory.
And then I listened to it, and I got to the end, and I was like, oh, that's not the actual end of the review. So I had to post another video called The Thrilling Conclusion, you know. So yeah, Shark Boy okay said previously, I'm a viewer and I love you guys platonically.
Wolfgang Cloud again. Could you do My Hero Academia, which we did.
Yep.
Yukin 1990, which, hey, another person born in 1990. Woo! Well, we just had my birthday. I'm 28 now.
Yay! Congratulations.
Cisco is right. Why? Because he knew if the Romulans don't join the Federation side, 9 billion. Okay, I'm sorry. No. Yukin 1990, that is wrong. He didn't know that there would be 9 billion. He knew that there would be 900 billion. That's not even me joking. That's the projections made in the show. What would happen if the Dominion won? 900 billion casualties. So, just minor correction there. Malcolm Harris, will you guys do a review of Stargate Universe?
I saw like the first 3-4 episodes of that.
Yeah, and then I started hating it.
Yeah, I'd just seen enough Stargate at that point already. Spooky says, possibly do Attack on Titan Season 2, please. I'd be willing to watch that.
I wasn't aware that Attack on Titan Season 2 was out.
I don't think it is yet.
Nerd on the Street Tech, I found a link to this on the Ruby Reddit.
Oh, really? Hey, thanks, Ruby Reddit, and this guy who commented a year ago that I forgot or didn't see this in the first
Nerd
place.
on the Street Tech. Oh, thank you. I agree with a lot of the stuff you said about the maidens coming out of nowhere.
This is from our Ruby review, of course. Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess that makes more sense. For a second, I thought it was on...
the previous one was listed as Battle of Gods, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that would make more sense for why that would be listed on the Ruby Reddit.
The guy says if we do a review for Volume 4, he'll definitely be listening. How many reviews? I think we did the first 3 volumes, yeah?
Yeah, we did the first 3 volumes because I haven't seen Volume 4 because, well, admittedly, a bit of that is post-traumatic stress because, let me put it this way, don't binge watch Volume 3 and then don't binge watch Volume 3 and then an hour of XCOM Let's Play videos because you will have videos of you in the position of Pyrrha, except that then Cinder peels her face off to reveal an ethereal who starts eating your brain.
Yeah, that's the danger.
Which admittedly would be a cool ending of that season, but I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Another TARDIS.
Before that, well, Horus Heresy was talking about Sisko's episode being one of the best things in Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
TARDIS Man, couple times.
It has been confirmed that Hulk will be in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This was a year ago, though. So,
okay, yeah. Cap's powers had nothing to do with
Cap's powers had nothing to do with the Tesseract, but Cap's shield was made by Tony Stark's dad, who found the Tesseract, so it's vaguely related.
Okay, I have to see.
Billy Brame said that he
referred SG-1 Battlestar Galactica, not including 9 and 10.
What does it mean he referred? Anyway.
There might have been a spelling error. Billy Brame. Oh wait, no, we just did that. Tyro Apache. Okay, I have to admit that's a great name. I mean, I don't even know like if you were an actual Apache, but Tyro Apache just sounds like a great name.
Yeah.
You guys are totally right. This movie was pure dog shit.
That was on The Force Awakens.
Yep, that was. Okay,
Robert well, yeah, it was,
not total dog shit.
Just not nearly as good as it could. Star Wars used to be something really special, Now it's
okay.
like,
Well, I bet if we go back and review the original ones, we're gonna find like a whole bunch of shit that we have a problem with.
Yeah, but not as much as the new stuff.
Dorkley pointed out that it's insane that Han Solo doesn't believe in the Force.
Yeah,
considering he was like 9 years old when the Clone Wars ended and the Jedi were running the military.
Right, but if you do it, in order, at the time they made that movie, they hadn't established the prequels yet, so I'm willing to forgive that.
But at the same time, it's supposed to be part of the shared universe that's all part of one continuity.
Yeah, that's true.
So it just comes across as a clumsy retcon. Robert Donovan, Wayne's race is the Vurta.
This is on the Cisco thing. We got a lot of comments on that Cisco thing.
Yeah. Maybe we should just do more debate episodes.
Yeah, maybe.
I say cheese is delicious. No, cheese is extremely delicious.
Dun dun dun.
Captain America: Civil War 2.
Yeah, Shark by OK says that our review of Warcraft was surprisingly negative because it's like a great nostalgic thing for the people of the game, but we don't play the game, so that was our problem.
In hindsight, that movie was pretty much a perfect encapsulation of From the Other Side, the Bionicle Mask of Light movie. Because I loved it, because it was all this nostalgia stuff, but you didn't fucking get it.
I was just like, a thing happened. Yay, things.
Okay, then Robert Coakley. Peter David wrote a short story in Tales of the Dominion War that revealed that the future that the Romulans discovered, the Cisco... Oh, yeah, I actually remember that now. I found out about that independent of you, Coakley. Bob Coakley.
Wait, TARDIS Man in the next video says, I'm still waiting on that forklift. This is our Space Dandy review. Was there a forklift in Space Dandy somewhere?
No, but I'm willing to bet that we sang the forklift song.
I bet. And you know something? We're going to get back to that at the end of this review. Spoilers.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm terrified.
Yeah, don't worry. It's going to be fun.
My Friendly Guy. Wow, that's a friendly name. Go fuck yourselves.
No, it's Mr. Friendly Guy.
Oh.
The Dominion
Mr. Friendly
stopped
Guy.
the wars because Odo cures the female changeling. Apparently that happens.
Admittedly, that was a very early video in our thing. We hadn't really gotten things down yet, and I am not the best debater. I'm that guy who goes, yeah, that's a very good point. But if you wait for me to come back tomorrow, I'll have a response for you. So, yeah. Then,
Distracted Globe Productions.
The one with the lower voice, me. That's me. That's me. Sounds a lot like Internet Aristocrat / Games Good Me Bad / Mr. Metokers / Jim ...
I don't think you are any of those people. Unless you have like a secret other career I don't know about.
Buddy, if I had a secret other career, I'd make that my official career and do this one secretly. Yes. Then there's Peace Light, which has a yin-yang symbol with peace signs.
Oh, he's commenting about Civil War. He said, thought we did a pretty good job with Zemo. Or, he says, I thought how did with Zemo was pretty good. I'm not sure the subject of the verb there, but
okay, we'll forgive you.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, compared to most internet commenters, that's like fucking Shakespeare.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to insult you. I was just...
Do you guys have another channel from Tyro Apache? SMU Pony says, in my humble opinion... Was it
Cisco
the right?
Again.
Okay, Cisco. Yeah, and by the way, Tyro Apache, I do not have another channel.
TARDIS Man says...
Any chance?
Oh,
you motherfucker! You motherfucker! I don't suppose there's any chance you guys take a look at Space Dandy. You motherfucker!
We've seen worse, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we have. Okay.
Well, that's what I tell my therapist before I go into a Vietnam-style flashback.
Oh, boy.
Well, okay.
Cisco. Talk about Cisco. Then too many accounts commented there, too. Then Trump commented, apparently. There's a YouTuber
If they
called
didn't,
Trump.
then all Romulans would have died. Sad. I saved far more Romulan lives than they cost to die. To make Dominion great again.
I'm calling it right now. Robert Mueller is going to shoot him, and he's going to turn into a changeling. And then Filthy Disgusting Ape.
Okay.
No. I'm just saying to reveal that Trump is a changeling.
Yeah, that's
okay, Filthy Disgusting Ape said, just so we're
something about North Vietnamese torpedo boats that I'm sure I don't know very well.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. And I mean, but we love that you comment.
Yeah, Wolfgang Cloud commented again here.
The League rises again. What the?
This was the Legend of Korra retrospective.
Okay.
So obviously the League of Extraordinary.
Oh, and by the way, I'd like to make an announcement.
Yeah.
The continuing Korra coverage shall return
Dun,
in,
dun, dun.
in Avengers Infinity War. No.
We just show up in the movie, yapping about Korra while happen stuff in the background.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
we get to be the
Fucking
new Stan
yes.
Lee.
Fucking yes. Do it, bitches.
Oh, that'd be no.
No. But
somebody would be honored with that, though. You bring in Linkara, though. If Linkara shows up in Infinity War, just yammering on while stuff happens in the background.
Do it. Okay, but in all seriousness, the continuing Korra coverage shall return to cover the new comic book that's out, Turf Wars. I already have some opinions on that, given that I've read it. Well, the first 2 volumes, because the 3rd volume is not out yet.
Okay. The next volume is called Surf Wars, and there you go.
No, we are not doing Surf Wars. Because
is that an actual thing?
There's Surf Ninjas, which is a terrible movie that the Nostalgia Critic reviewed.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Shark Boy, okay. Well, there's an idea for a future review. Please get Sonic caught up on...
RVB. And, yeah, I stopped watching Red vs. Blue.
Yeah. Okay, clearly ice was made of heavy water
with
for...
the emoticon. That was the Batman animated series thing.
Oh, yeah, Batman animated series. Love that.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf said, actually make Jar Jar what he was meant to be, not some comic relief.
Was he meant to be something besides comic relief?
Yeah,
yeah. Renell on goes in to say, as Lucas repeatedly stated, he was always meant to be a comedic relief. So, yeah, it just didn't work out, Lucas. I'm sorry.
Storm Media, new guy with a lightning bolt in between whatever. I don't know.
No, it's over a letter M.
Oh.
It's a storm, like a lightning and media with an M.
So my thought that it was the Power Rangers lightning bolt.
This isn't how to fix the prequels. I'm proud of that review that video because we had so many ideas.
Okay.
Kevin Garrett talks about Cisco again.
Luke Hughes, episode 1 should have been episode 2, and episode 2 should have been set in the middle of the Clone Wars.
Oh, you reasonably could have done that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that actually would have been good. Then Osiris Escoboza Bejarano. You have it all wrong. This is a plot from Cisco. Okay. Then there's Blue Skeptic. Regarding your they should know this after 4 films, I think the film is pretending the 2nd and 3rd film don't exist. I think most people prefer it that way.
And he also says, frankly, I think you guys are overanalyzing the film.
What one is this for?
Jurassic World. And like Skeptic, that's what we do. We analyze films.
That is literally our thing.
We named ourselves Rambling Reviewers at the very beginning because I knew we would be rambling every episode.
Bitch, I overanalyzed the military preparedness of Canterlot for an episode of My Little Pony.
He does.
There's a reason that Shining Armor's on my shit list. No, and I'm not letting that go, even after I left the fandom.
Blue Skeptic says a couple other things.
Cisco,
Ryan,
I don't like the Clone Wars either because of the
Star Wars. Shark Boy, okay. He's left us a few things.
Videos are quiet. Rather than remove Jar Jar, just make him genuinely funny.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's fucking impossible. Safety
Mission impossible.
Quip.
Safety Equip Co.
Oh.
Equip Company, yeah.
The closest comparison to the episode in real life is
again.
Cisco.
Truman using the atom bomb on Japan. Yeah, we had a conversation about that. And then Stalin shows up, apparently, to tell me, why did you pick the name Stalin?
Trollsif Stalin.
Trollsif Stalin.
What
Okay.
the fuck?
But anyway, Stalin decided to comment on World War II. What do you know?
Oh, good,
Too
because...
many accounts showed up there again.
Okay.
Gen X7 says...
1.5 hours is better than the 3 movies. I
Oh,
think that's on
our
How to
video
Fix
is better than the
Prequel.
movies. Thank you, Gen
Wait, was that for
X7.
the How to Fix the Prequels?
Yeah.
Okay, Sharkboy okay. In the parking lot pushing carts. Sith King, are you a bag boy? At the time, I was a cart attendant. Then I became a bag boy, and now I work at a car dealership.
Hey.
So I have all of the best jobs.
Cool.
Frowny Biscuit said, something that would be fun with the Borg beacon. Cisco.
No, actually, this is Star Trek 2009.
Oh, okay. Something that'd be fun with the Borg beacon idea would be that for the sequel, technically the Into Darkness would have had Admiral Marcus revive Khan, not to prepare for the Klingons, but instead conscript/blackmail the augments to train to fight a looming Borg attack. You guys have some, oh my god, Khan Nooney and Sung leading an army of augments to fight the Borg.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
I would watch that.
I mean, yeah, he would probably fail, but it would be glorious.
I'm thinking of that episode where Q introduces the Borg just to make Picard admit that he needs them.
Was that Q who?
Possibly. Anyway, there comes to the moment where Picard's all like, "All right, Q, I need you." I'm just imagining Picard like, "Actually, I have augments," and just launches them at the Borg.
I don't think they would survive the vacuum of
Yeah.
space. Okay, the ancient internet troll. You can't fix a pile of shit for How to Fix the Star Wars prequels. Fair enough.
And we said we can try, and then Gen X7 was said, "Do or do not." There is no try.
Then there's Dominic Dunk. It was Armin Zola, not Baron Zemo, for our review of Captain America.
The Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Oh, Zola and Zemo. That's right. Those are
Okay,
people.
fair enough. We are not
We might
perfect.
have messed it up. Yeah.
We're not SF Debris, who's better than us in every way.
Joel, 3, 2, 1, boom.
That sounds like the beginning of a Japanese anime
Joel,
theme song.
Joel,
3, 2, 1, go!
Thoughts on the points of the medieval story bars make a lot of sense. The bumping that seems to have been overlooked, the skipping of the parts into 3 months.
I'm just going na 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 over and over again.
But I really do like the plot points. Boom. That was his whole comment in music form.
Oh, really? I was just yelling
that's the
na
Joel,
na na na
okay,
na.
that's the Joel song.
Okay, lots of points in the story makes a lot of sense. One thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're most
Good
welcome,
point,
of
Joel.
course. Oh, that's us.
Dominic,
What are your thoughts on Rebels now that season 1 is over?
Oh,
Well,
I didn't
we
watch
didn't
the rest
know.
of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
we didn't watch any of it. So,
Yeah.
okay. We don't have any thoughts.
Shark Boy, okay. Commenting on a Ruby thing. So neat that we were on somebody's subreddit one time. That was nice.
That was cool. I mean, it means people are sharing the links, which you guys should do more
Keep
of.
circulating the links, guys.
Okay.
I mean, we understand.
Early episode,
internet's
Cinder,
a big
2
place.
students met with Torchwick, and he says that he's leading the White Fang on, and the White Fang, the supplies on the train deploy, completely expendable. Using the fangs, blah, 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 blah.
So he said some things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we always like it when people comment on our ideas
Yeah.
and expand on them because we love discussion.
Yeah.
You might have noticed this from
I
our
mean, this
3-hour-long fucking videos.
This whole channel got started because we made a habit of seeing movies and then we would always talk about it. And eventually I was like, how about we just record the things while we talk and put it online? And that's how the channel began.
Okay, let's see. Game Ninja 83, massive
Cisco.
DS9. Cisco. Okay.
Not that we,
Just tell me if it's a
dislike
Cisco.
your comments.
I know it
It's
sounds
just we've already
fan
said
base
all the
of-
Cisco things we can say.
Okay. Mike Smelding. Commenting about HAL 9000's fan edits of the Star Wars prequels.
Oh, yeah.
Cloak of Deception, The Approaching Storm, and Labyrinth of Evil.
That'd be interesting to see.
That's actually kind of all cool names.
Those are all cool names.
Okay. Cisco for Billa 107. Chandler Fowler, great to see you guys back with another video on
Batman Arkham City.
Oh yeah, oh my god, remember when we were doing the deals Harley's Revenge DLC?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we can't figure out what to do. Beat up everyone.
And we eventually had beat up literally everyone in the game, and there was nothing left because we couldn't find this one door.
that we could have found really easily because it was in the
Yeah.
same location, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the main.
But there's literally lovely if there had been an Easter egg there. Like someone gets on the radio, like Batman, you don't need to beat up literally everyone.
That's where you're wrong,
Oh,
Gordon. Okay, Sean Hunter. If you do these kind of things on a podcast on a regular basis, contact me on. Oh,
Facebook or email.
I am an expert on almost all things Star Trek, and if there were actually a couple of things you got
got
wrong.
I guess we never did email, Sean. Sorry, Sean.
Sorry, Sean.
So are we going to do, like, every comment we ever received, or...
Well,
we're
yeah,
about 20 minutes into this now.
Yeah, okay. Shark Boy, okay, my condolences.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that's
moving
3
on.
years
Moving
ago.
on.
Well, no, thank you, Shark Boy, for being, sympathetic. That's
I'm so
obviously
sorry
a
for
very
your
big
loss.
deal. Yeah.
Okay.
Wolfgang also, thank you.
Vorta. Okay, yeah, apparently we got
yeah.
Vorta wrong.
You got Vorta wrong? Yeah. Oh, the name Vorta, because this Valletta Petra Sinarin was commenting on that.
Yeah.
Sharkboy Okay's been with us for over 3 years now. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Visual aids help convey your points more clearly, is what Gav Star.
Oh, maybe if we had visual aids, we'd have more viewers or something.
Yeah, probably.
But Jade Medi disagrees and says we're cool to have just audio.
Okay.
Certainly cheaper for us to produce that way.
Bobby 90, maybe they're just warming up. Introducing the universe and setting before
Star Wars Rebels, yeah.
Okay. Chandler Fowler says, love the work you do.
guys do.
What was that one?
Oh, that was The Lost World.
Oh my God, Professor Challenger!
Ah!
You know, I'd say that he's around to beat up more journalists, but in the political climate about fake news and stuff, that's a little more.
Yeah, well, it was a great meme at the time.
It's still a damn good meme
between the two of us. A very exclusive meme. Alte Christensen is talking about Star Wars. Shark Boy, okay. Says, hey, don't sell yourself short. You have more than one listener.
Which we would be more sure of if anyone had commented on the last video.
Well, yeah. Anyway, but he says he personally watches every one of your uploads because he's interested in hearing our opinions on these things. So Shark Boy, okay, I hope you listen to this video sometime. I don't know, if you got busy or got bored of us, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Nice to hear from you.
Okay, let's see.
Muffin Mark with the original end for the Captain America also counts as an air battle. Oh, yeah, we're talking about these.
Yes, it does count. Cardiff is in Wales, which is another country.
Another country, but not another state with the precise definition of the word country. That's when we were talking about Cardiff, and we were trying to figure out exactly what it was in terms of geography.
Okay. Biomimetic chills. Okay, Cisco.
Yeah. Osiris Escoboza Bejanero, because it's all caps, also commented.
Okay, then Drezel. Casey now exists in my mind.
Oh, Casey, Kristen Cross. What do you want? Remember this? The How to Do Doctor Who Better, and I invented a new companion that was a cross between Donna and Ace, and her name was Kristen Cross, and she went by Casey.
Oh. No, I don't.
Well, you liked her in the video. I've got proof.
Well, yes. Oh, that was only 3 years ago.
Yeah. Sharkboy, okay, said something again. Thank you for the positive comments. Terror Keck X comments.
But evil government,
Winter
we said somewhat tiresome, but it could have been worse. Things could have been made. Captain America never question such things or even support it, but he is a freedom-loving American.
Yeah, I know you're in there. Yeah, good.
Ruby is better. Ruby is a better Jar Jar. What video was this from?
Oh, that's from The Fifth Element. Who's Ruby in that movie, though? I forget everybody's name.
If you're talking about Ruby Rose, Ruby is better in literally every way except for height. Unless they're like the scale of Jaegers in Ruby, in which case, we wouldn't know.
Yeah. And Fink said a couple things about Star Trek 2009. Peace Light commented on How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
JJ is not to blame solely for that thing of a movie. Orsi and Kurtzman were just tripping bad. I mean, really bad.
Oh, he's saying he doesn't just blame the director for Star Trek 2009.
I don't know. 2009 was okay.
Terror Keck X says more about Star Wars.
Paymon Kaylee says, I'm the only one who knows that killing
Oh, so killing younglings is the saddest part of the series, and that's true. Oh, wow. Terror Keck X actually made a long comment on all these ideas.
Okay, I think maybe we should. Maybe we should. We've gone over a lot of comments.
We've gone over the last 3 years of comments. Look, if you commented more than 3 years ago, we didn't have time to get to you. But you can comment again, and we will see things. And oh, look, we finally reached the one commenter I don't like. That person. Hello, that person who became a stalker, not because of the show, but for other reasons. But other than them, I'm so glad for all of you who have been so positive, even when you disagree with us. We haven't really had jerks in the comments, except for that one person who's
And technically they
got
weren't
problems.
technically they weren't a jerk. They were just a stalker.
That's true.
Which I wouldn't say is jerk behavior so much as
honestly,
it is...
I feel sympathy for them and their issues. I just could not handle the stalking. You see, it's a delicate line.
Yeah, you're a nice person. You're just a fucking stalker. It's those little character flaws. Like, you're a nice person. You just happen to dismember people in the basement. Yeah, little things.
Okay, so
we should
actually review this movie now.
Okay.
I think it's nice though that our 100th episode we started off with the most rambliest way possible. 25 minutes of literally nothing about the film. Yay, us!
Oh, and self-promotion for the next Korra update.
And self-promotion for the next Korra update.
Oh my god. Okay, so let me give my opinion of the film so far, because we're at some point in the film, but I literally don't know at what time period we're at.
Oh, like how many minutes? Yeah, my old DVD player used to say how many minutes has gone by.
Because this film sucks.
Yes, but the film, by the way, is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. In case you forgot, because it was 25 minutes ago I said that.
Sucks. It's all over the... I don't think we have the director's version, which... Okay.
Which I'm told was better, but honestly, I wanted to see the terrible version because it's our 100th review. And...
See, here's my thing. If it wasn't in the film, you don't get credits if you have backstory, because it wasn't in the film.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's an insult to the people who buy the movie ticket to give them the crappy version.
Yeah, because we wasted our money.
Right.
If we
had
saw
gone and see, which actually we didn't waste our money, because after Man of Steel, we just swore off the whole DC universe as far as movies.
Yeah, Man of Steel was so bad, I literally did not see anything after that. Yeah. Which, aside from Wonder Woman, seems to have been a smart decision.
Yeah, I did see Wonder Woman on my own. It was okay. But you could have done a lot better.
Well, yeah.
It was okay. It was just come on.
But I don't think they have the film rights to Jaegers in World War II.
Yeah, it's trouble. Okay, so let's summarize what has happened so far in this movie.
Nothing! Nothing has fucking happened! This movie is boring and stupid!
I'm gonna go out of my way to say something a little nice. There was a little bit of the cinematography early on that I liked when his parents are getting shot, and the things they do there with... like the necklace being around the back of the gun and being literally shattered as the bullet goes. Like, oh, that was a neat visual element. Okay, that was nice. Little moments like that have been nice.
The film starts off with Bruce Wayne in the middle of the climax of the last film, watching as Metropolis gets obliterated by the Kryptonians, including our old friend Superman, who the Superman's fight actually caused a co-worker of his to get his legs cut off,
and another co-worker to die.
Yeah.
The guy in the building.
To be fair, though, the guy in the building was really asking for it.
Yeah, that was weird.
Because he was standing about 20 feet away from the floating Doom ship.
Well...
and not evacuating. Bruce has to call this guy and says, "Get everyone out of the building!" And they're just staring at the Doom ship attacking Metropolis and going, "Hey, you think we should do something?" No, they don't leave. My God, you people deserve to die.
And then, well, apparently...
I'm not saying that I want people to die in general. It's just that the gene pool would be improved with your absence.
Well, apparently...
if you're that stupid...
Apparently the rest of the floor evacuated. That got me, because he tells them, "Okay, people, let's go," because Bruce calls him and tells him to leave. And he's like, okay. And then we see him next, and everyone else has left, and that one guy is still standing there.
Why did you not move?
Bruce has to call him back, and he's like, "When I said everyone, I meant you too." "Oh, me too." "Oh, I'm sorry."
Oh, yes. Well, I'm sorry. Well, my wife just left me, and,
Oh, man, well, that's sad. But, like, they try to make a sad moment out of it. He starts praying just before he dies.
But here's the thing.
But it would have been better if he'd been truly helpless and not, "Why didn't you run?" I'm vaguely confused.
A sad moment should make you sympathize with the character, not wonder why you're an idiot.
Also, I'm wondering what Bruce is doing during this scene. He's racing through the city.
Nearly causes several car accidents.
I mean,
breaks several car doors.
He's in a hurry. I can forgive him for all that. But
why is he rushing?
He's rushing to go find his friend, apparently, and I guess tell him to leave in person, because he can't be told over the phone properly. I mean, okay, maybe he was going to go help him evacuate. Like, you can do that. But there's so many other people in need. I expected Batman to have plans in place, helping everybody or something. He's Batman. He is.
Yeah,
I
he should
hate-
have like a 40 first aid kits crammed into his trunk, and he'd be like, "Oh yes, just practicing out the Wayne Corp signature
You know what?
first aid
Here's a
kit."
simple thing. He, let's say he's got a radio, and he taps into the police radio network, right? And maybe with a voice changer, he starts giving orders of evacuate in this direction, help those people that way, and whatever.
You know what?
You know?
You know what hero did do this? Captain America,
Yeah.
Avengers,
Yeah.
2012.
Right. So that's a way he could be effective and help larger numbers of people.
Okay, but no, he just kind of drives vaguely towards his building, and then
And he doesn't have the bat suit with him, which you think might be useful because it's always useful.
yeah, and then
You think he would turn?
and
into
then
the
he's
bat
like really
suit
upset
somewhere?
because Superman obliterated Metropolis, which yeah, he kind of did. So
I mean, again, unintentional collateral damage, so credit on that point. But
yeah, but you could have taken him away from the city.
possibly.
Idiots.
Yeah, I honestly, I forget the exact details. There was a ship crashing through some buildings. I'm like, what ship was that again? Was that?
That was the Fortress of
that
Solitude
was the Fortress
ship.
of Solitude ship. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you couldn't have gone over it, Clark. Good job. Good going. Good going.
Okay, so we cut to 18 months later.
Superman rescues Lois Lane from a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah, so Lois is doing an interview with the terrorists, and she's got Jimmy Olsen there. I presume it's Jimmy Olsen. He's a photographer.
I'm really hoping it's not Jimmy Olsen,
Yeah.
given that he dies.
Yeah, and one guy opens his camera and finds an obvious tracker beacon, which is all like blinking and stuff. Cause,
Okay, here's my question about that. Why does it have film? This is the era of the digital camera.
Yeah, and Lois herself had a digital camera in the previous movie. I remember that. She zoomed in, and it was all branded and crap, so you could buy the brand.
Yeah.
Okay, so they find the tracker, and he's like, he looks at it for a while, and then he says, CIA, and then pauses a little while longer. I'm like, are you guys not already evacuating? Like, is there, possibly predator drones in the sky? Run now, maybe? But instead, they shoot Jimmy, I think. It was off screen, but he disappears. And then Lois is taken indoors, like 10 feet to the side, to talk to the terrorist leader. And is the terrorist leader not worried about that tracking beacon they just discovered? Or did they not tell him? Or I was a little vague on that.
And then,
And then some of the guys that work for him start shooting the other guys that work for him. And then they all drove away on motorcycles. And I was like, why did they do that? What?
Yeah, then Superman comes down and he saves Lois like he always does by punting the guy basically through a wall, which pretty much should liquefy every bone in his body.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to that guy.
Yeah,
I did kind of like the moment where Lois sees Superman and she's got a gun to her head and the guy's got arms around her neck and she just lowers her hands and nods to Superman like she trusts him. Like, okay, yeah, that's the position you would have if you've been saved enough times or seen his power enough. Okay,
And
then
then
we cut to this hearing.
Yeah, okay, here, get ready for cut to.
Yeah.
Because, goddamn, this film is like a schizophrenic. It's like it jumps around all over the place, man. It's awful in that regard.
Yeah.
And it jumps to this thing where it's apparently about how Superman's intervention there, and this woman is crying about Superman came down and then he punched a guy and then he left and there were dead bodies and then the government came in and killed my parents. Which, okay,
And like that's
I sympathize for the death of your parents. Superman did none of that.
yeah, her
That
literal
was the terrorists that were doing the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Superman beat up one guy,
Yeah.
left, and then the government came in and did the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Which isn't Superman's fault.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, it's obvious now. Superman is dangerous. Based on what?
Her exact words, as I recall, were, he came down, so many dead bodies. And I was like, wait, was there a connection between those two sentences? Did he come down and then kill people?
Did he drop a bunch of corpses? Where did he get these corpses?
Oh, it was on the guy with the skulls!
Augments, House of Skulls, come Superman, you want my skull, you want my, big customer today, he wants full body with flesh, big customer.
Oh my
I don't even know what accent that
I don't know
was.
what that accent is either. Point is, it needs more skulls. And no,
Absolutely. What film does not need more skulls?
Point is,
Except for something in Warhammer 40K.
Superman came down, and somehow or other people were... Look, if people ended up dead, maybe you could have put that on film. Like, let's say those dudes who shot some of their fellow terrorists also went around and shot some other people, and then explain to us why people blame Superman for this.
Because this doesn't seem really all that...
Like, okay,
Superman doesn't shoot people.
maybe you could have done it like the terrorists have a building full of hostages with a bomb, right? And as soon as Superman shows up, someone grabs the trigger and blows up the hostages. And now everyone's pissed off that Superman just rushed in there before getting proper intel, and therefore all the hostages are dead except the one hostage he was aware of, and that was Lois. So, okay, Superman, you screwed that up, and we're mad at you. That would make some more sense. Like, still,
exactly.
the terrorist is the murderer, but Superman
reckless.
is still kind of like, reckless. Yeah.
But you know what's really bad about Superman? It's either we blame him for shit that he doesn't do, or it's we're going to give him all of the Christ symbolism. Superman is not a god. Superman doesn't even qualify for low-tier god status in the DC universe. Okay, actually he does kind of.
Yeah, low tier.
But still, Superman is not Jesus. Stop implying that he's Jesus.
I think if they were trying to make a religious film, you could theoretically run with that and say something interesting, but instead they're just like, Jesus. Like someone's just sneaking in to be like, hey, have you noticed the parallel? Hey,
No.
Look, angels.
It's like the
look,
nostalgia.
angel.
It's like what the nostalgia critic said when in the first Man of Steel review. I am Jesus.
Yes.
I am Jesus. I am Jesus.
That's exactly the way Jesus talks.
Yeah. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Paul.
Oh, God,
I am Jesus.
Oh, we're offending everybody. All right.
Take this, my daily bread, and eat from it. This is my body. I give of it to you.
Gosh. Okay.
Take this wine. It is my blood. Oh my god. I would pay so much money to have a priest do the entire mass exactly like that.
Oh.
Talking like a psychotic Muppet.
I think what you just did there was Solomon Grundy becomes a priest.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
Worshipping Christ who died on a Sunday. No, died on a Friday, actually.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop before I ruin my voice entirely.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to put you down as a voice actor for Solomon Grundy shorts if I ever come up with something.
Oh, dear God, no. Yeah, that's what I want to be known as. I want to be typecast as Solomon Grundy.
Who
Okay.
might show up in this film later, for all I know. There's too many cameos already.
Keep talking.
Okay, I'll keep talking.
I need frickin' water.
I understand.
That actually hurts.
He needs water. Okay. So the committee holds Superman responsible for stuff he totally did not do, and there's not even a clear cause and effect relationship between him showing up and anyone at all dying, apart from Jimmy Olsen, I guess. But they were gonna find the tracker whether Superman showed up or not.
We don't even know if that was Jimmy Olsen.
Okay, Peter Parker. No, some other.
Worse.
That's
is
worse.
actually
That is
worse.
actually worse. Okay, some photographer. I'm just gonna call him the photographer.
Better.
Okay, so the photographer guy who apparently died. Oh, okay. So they blame him for this thing, and then we see two cops in Gotham, which is apparently right across the bay from Metropolis. Okay, fine, whatever.
Oh, in case you're wondering why I'm drinking water out of a measuring cup, I didn't see the cup until after I'd already said
If
it,
you
Billy.
are wondering why he's drinking water out of a measuring cup, you apparently have video footage of us, and that is very creepy. Stop.
Oh,
that.
no, I was talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Not to them. And, of course, he covers up the camera on his on his laptop.
All right. Now you won't know what cup he's using.
I just said I'm using a measuring cup.
Okay, that's true. If he changes the type of cup later on, you won't know. It's a big mystery.
Oh, I'll tell.
Point is...
Okay, so, and they find Batman, and they immediately try to kill Batman, despite the fact that he's saving people. Wait, Batman actually goes like crazy in this one because he starts branding people.
I mean, yeah, could be worse.
No, that's not what Batman does.
Well, he really hates criminals, so...
Yeah, you know what he doesn't do? Brand them!
Okay, but... Okay,
That's like what Ghost Rider does, or,
that is
the
more,
Punisher.
That's more Punisher, it's true. That's Batman flavored with Punisher.
Yeah.
That all seems slightly odd, though. These two cops walk in, and they're walking around, and they go to the basement, and there's a whole bunch of women down there that are apparently locked up, and then they try to let them go, and the women are like, no! Because he's still up there, and we're not sure which he they're referring to, and he finds some guy chained to a radiator who I don't know who this is. I guess he kidnapped these women. And then there's Batman up in a corner like Spider-Man style, and it looked pretty dumb.
It looks silly.
Batman needs to be in shadows, you guys. It just...
Like, maybe appear next to the guy without warning, and then
Yeah.
take the gun out of his hand and say, This is Jimmy the car job. He's responsible.
The car job.
Well, I don't know criminal names. Do you know criminal names?
The car job.
Is there something you're not telling me?
I don't know any criminal names.
Okay, good. Guys, he doesn't know. We'll keep observation on him. Okay, but this is Jimmy the car job. He noted sex trafficker in the Gotham area.
Yeah.
I've gift wrapped him for you.
Yeah.
Tell Gordon that I'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that sound more like something
That'd
Batman
be more
says?
like Batman. Yeah.
Stop sitting on that.
Yeah. Anyway, so Batman escapes from that. And then what? I guess it's Superman at his job, and he's all like, "Oh, Batman, he brands criminals. He's a problem." And this becomes a theme of, like, Clark is kind of obsessed with Batman, but as far as it's been established, Batman has only taken down, like, 2 people that are specifically mentioned. One of them being a pedophile, the other one being that guy.
He's only branded 2 people.
Branded
He's
2
been
people.
operating for much longer.
Okay,
apparently.
fine. But there's not a single reference to, and then Batman harmed an innocent person in some way.
Yeah,
Never.
and what's... Okay, there's several reasons why I'm not comfortable with Superman just hating Batman for no reason. One, he is Superman. He could fly around the world in less time it takes me to fart. So he could just go across the bay and say, "Hey, Batman, stop that."
Yeah, he could. He would find the guy easy enough.
Yes.
You think.
Second thing, what about all those terrorists that you stopped at the beginning of the film? Were those an isolated group? Why aren't you focusing on them instead of, I don't know, some guy who dresses as a bat?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a...
Because a lot of the terrorists got away, and apparently a bunch of them went and killed people, and then the government killed people, and maybe Superman wants to do something about that, because he... I don't know, people are blaming him. He's not responsible for it, but okay, I might as well go fix the rest of that. Or something. Anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine.
No? Okay. I guess we're not doing that, then.
Okay. So, there's a lot of angel image. Oh, Batman starts having creepy dreams.
He starts having weird prophetic dreams, which isn't a power that Batman ever has.
Yeah.
You want to know how I know that he's never had that power? Because Batman doesn't have powers!
Yeah. I mean, early on, young Bruce, like, flies upward with bats surrounding him. I guess they're trying to draw a parallel between him and Superman, but it feels kind of random. And then he dreams that he's visiting his parents' graves, and, like, the grave is a monster in it that tries to kill him.
Yeah, well, yeah, who hasn't had that dream?
Then he
Gets
has a
this
dream
where Earth has fire pits on it from Apocalypse, and there's parademons everywhere, and he tries to get access to kryptonite, but it turns out to just be a glowing green light bulb, and all of his allies are executed, so Batman has to fight against parademons and guys with Superman's badge on them. Then Superman executes him, and he fake wakes up.
He executes him like Kalima style, apparently.
Kalima! You know, you just laser like 5 guys to death, dude. Just laser everyone to death and then go.
But the idea, first off, this dream sequence is very long and contains like this big old fight sequence just to show Batman fighting with a gun. Which, okay, it's a dream, but still, it's weird.
Yeah, you know, the first time we see Batman fighting should not be a dream.
Yeah, and then, what? The idea is that Batman is apparently terrified of Superman. And I'm not sure why. And I know he was there at the first scene, and or close to the first scene, and Metropolis is being destroyed, and he feels bad for all the people that died and stuff. But, you know, if anyone's going to show up in the dream, it would be General Zod, right? Like, the guy who is actually, truly responsible.
Yeah, but he's dead, and everyone knows he's dead, and they have the body in lockdown, so I guess it makes sense that he's scared of Superman now.
Yeah, but Superman has, like, not harmed any innocent person for 18 months that we know of.
Yeah, 18 months without harming someone. Great, that's nothing.
Know, but still.
But he's still free, and he still has a lot of public support when Bruce has seen what he can do, so why am I arguing in favor of this fucking scene?
I don't know.
It's stupid. Okay, but there's an earlier scene where Bruce goes to a party at Lex Luthor's... Oh, God, Lex Luthor. Let's start at the beginning with him. Lex Luthor, I literally did not realize was Lex Luthor until after he started being addressed by a congressman. I literally thought this was Jimmy Olsen. Because he does not look at all
like Lex Luthor.
I look older than he does. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, Okay... After we first saw Lex talk for a while, I said to you, like, this is a different character who happens to be named Lex Luthor. And you could feasibly have this other character show up and do his antics and whatever.
Yeah, he's wacky.
He is wacky. He's kind of wacky, creepy. He's got a dose of the Joker, weirdly enough.
Yeah, which the Nostalgia Critic again noted.
Yeah. Which maybe some executive decided, like, we need to put some Joker into him because Batman's in this movie.
The DCAU would later have Jared Leto show up as the Joker in the Batman area.
Well, yeah, that too.
Okay, but the weird thing is about Lex Luthor, he has a point.
Yeah, I wish I just wasn't distracted by him not being Lex.
Yeah,
I like the Lex from the Batman animated, who was very calm and in control and had this conceited thing to him.
Oh my God, yeah, and he was voiced by that guy from Highlander.
Yeah.
God, I wish Clancy Brown, that's it.
All right.
Okay, but this guy, he points out that you don't need a silver bullet until you do. If you have a silver bullet to kill a monster, that means you don't have to rely on the goodwill of monsters.
Right, and the context being there, he's proposing a plan to weaponize kryptonite. Which, by the way, they found a chunk of kryptonite in the ocean earlier, right next to the alien monster corpse thing, and some guy just dives down there without any protective gear at all, in an area that apparently has zero military presence, despite being one of the most important areas that has ever existed in the history of humankind.
Yeah, it's an alien warship. Why are military helicopters and XCOM and the Men in Black not swarming over this thing, picking it clean, going over it with, like, you know, Geiger counters to pick every single scrap of alien technology out of the wreckage of this thing to advance their own military science and technology?
And also just to make sure it doesn't wake up again and start killing things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this random guy dives down and grabs it and, like, brings it to some other guy that, I don't know, he's supposed to recognize this other guy who's like, oh, you got us a chunk of this thing, and then I guess he gives it to Lex Luthor.
Well, no, he hasn't given it yet.
Okay, well, Lex Luthor seems to think he can get his hands on it with an import license.
Guys, I'd like to remind you, this is a progressive review. We've only done a few of these. Equestria Girls,
some other... Oh, The Last Airbender.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Starring, who was it? Oh, yes. Starring Katara, Sokka, Zuko, Iroh, and... Okay, water time. Water time.
Okay, so yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen next. But this should have been, like, military types, deep sea diving with, like, protective gear and slowly taking it out while some...
Like battleships.
Generals on the battleship, like, watching a screen, showing it as they extract it, you know, and they're watching everything very closely. And nobody could be bothered.
No. Okay, so then Lex has a party at his house and invites...
Well, he to go a little bit more, when he's talking to Senator Finch and some other guy, whom I assume is also a senator.
Yeah,
and he meets with the other guy afterwards, and the guy's like, okay, what do you want in exchange for this kryptonite? And he's like, I want access to the alien battleship, and I want access to Zod's body.
And they just agree to that with no...
And they agree to that. And I'm confused, though, because he said, we know that kryptonite could harm Kryptonians because we tested a small sample next to Zod's body. Did you already have access to Zod's body? Did you lose that access and you want it back? Did someone else bring the kryptonite close to Zod's body? I don't know. Also, I'd like to know exactly how the cells manages to decay in a corpse that has been dead for a while. That's an odd decay process you've got there.
Yeah, and shouldn't Zod not be as super strong as Superman? Because he only was exposed to solar radiation for a few days?
Yeah, I mean, kryptonite might still do things too. He was apparently as strong as Superman.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Kryptonians come under the yellow sun, they gain super strength. Also Daxamites, but, that's a discussion for another day. But it's just...
So anyway, he gets access to the stuff he wants in exchange for giving kryptonite to the military. And then there's a party... No, wait, does Lex talk to Senator Finch privately?
Yes, he does. And she
After
says,
that-
no, we're not letting you import the kryptonite from Indonesia.
Which is weird, because the other guy already said yes, so I'm not sure which of those two are in charge. And she's all, mad at him. She's like, oh, you can craft a weapon of assassination and call it a deterrent. I'm like, yeah, it is that. It is both of those things.
Yes, that's...
you could just as well talk about nuclear bombs. You could build a large bomb and call it a deterrent. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah,
both of those things.
That's how nuclear policy largely works.
Yeah.
Unless you're attacking someone, which we've never had to do, and I pray to God we never will have to do.
I mean,
there was
that one time. Two times.
For those of you who are watching the blasted out hellscape,
of Batman's dreams. Yeah.
What? No. I'm saying after Trump nukes us all to hell.
Oh no, that would suck.
The people of Chicago are full of fake news, and I have the erase button for fake news.
Oh, scary. All right, so
yeah.
The point
we don't like Trump,
I don't. Yeah, the point is, I don't know why this lady's opposed to kryptonite when she's already been established as not liking Superman at all.
So you're
like
in favor
having a
of
bullet that can shoot Superman is like having regular bullets that can shoot regular people. Are you against regular bullets?
Well,
no. Then why are you against
admittedly,
crypto bullets?
we don't know her policies on gun control.
Okay, but presumably, if she's in the U.S. government at all, she's okay with the military existing in some capacity.
Okay, yes.
She's not. If Lex said we're going to give out kryptonite bullets to every random citizen, I could see that being a problem because some jerk is going to shoot Superman just for fun.
He could shoot anyone with a kryptonite bullet because it's still a bullet.
Oh, that too. You could also shoot regular people.
Okay, yes, but more importantly, shooting Superman. The next film in the DC cinematic universe is, what is it called? Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
Which is all about them going, hey, we need a way to deal with metahumans, and here's Lex Luthor going, hey, I have a way to deal with metahumans, and they're like, why would we need that? Superman is dangerous. He operates without restrictions. He operates without any oversight. What, come up with a way to stop him? Are you mad? What new sport of madness be this?
They're trying to bring up these big debates about, accountability and stuff, and even the nature of freaking religion. But the characters aren't themselves involved in that. I think at some point Clark would comment on this about why he answers to no one, or conversely, answer to someone, show up at the Capitol steps, and offer to be deputized as an agent of the government. Or if you don't think it's a good idea, Civil War style, explain why that's a bad idea.
Show up on Larry King.
Show up on Larry King.
Show up on, Colbert. Yeah. Show up on frickin' Wolf Blitzer. I don't care.
Yeah. He could just...
But it's like...
he doesn't even have to explain it in public, just to explain it to the audience, in a conversation with Lois, maybe.
He seems to be angsting about this, but he's not doing anything to fix his goddamn problems.
No, his only course of action right now is to investigate Batman, and to do so very slowly, considering he has superpowers, he could probably do it faster than this.
Yes. Okay, so Lex Luthor has a big party, and he invites Bruce Wayne, and Clark Kent goes along, and...
I guess
why is he Clark there?
Kent. I mean, he's a journalist. I mean,
yeah. And they act like it's a big deal that Clark Kent is meeting Bruce Wayne.
I presume Lex already knows both their secret identities, because Lex is the only one that made a big deal out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then again, that means Batman got discovered, and like, come on, Batman, put up a better fight. You're the master of stealth.
You're Batman!
Yeah.
You are the bar against which all other stealthy characters are measured.
Yeah. Oh, man, I want to see Sam Fisher versus Batman now.
Oh, my God.
Make a game of that.
Who's Sam Fisher?
From the Splinter Cell series. They were classic...
okay.
They were video games about stealth.
I never played those. Okay, so Batman does the worst stealth job I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
In my life.
It was... He actively considers showing up in the bat suit. By the way, Alfred is now also Lucius Fox. Okay, whatever.
Also, Alfred is just sleepwalking through this role.
Yeah, kind of.
No, he is really not doing his role justice.
And I've always been kind of annoyed when people make it that, like, Alfred's only personality trait is to be vaguely annoyed at the existence of Batman. Like, the only comment he ever makes is like, oh, well, you could get more sleep or something. Like, you could do it right where he's concerned for Bruce's welfare, but half the time he's just, like,
You know what
annoyed.
did it right? Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a scene where, a crossover with the show Static Shock, where Static wakes up in the Batcave because reasons. No, wait, no. It was, it was in Batman the Animated Series when Barbara Gordon discovered the Batcave, and she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then Alfred steps out and he says, yes, you have discovered the truth, Miss Gordon. I am Batman.
Yeah.
And he was like perfect there. Here he's just like generally disapproving of what Batman does.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, at the same time, giving like pseudo-religious talk about how gods and monsters are flying around now.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Alfred. You're not Alfred.
Okay, so he's more of Alfred than Lex is Lex, at least. That's a
not
low bar.
saying much, though.
Okay, so Batman considers bringing the bat suit, and he's like, no, I'll just walk in my street clothes. And I'm like, you're Batman. Why don't you sneak around, sneak into the building, because you can sneak into anywhere and do the sneaky thing you need to do, and also wear your street clothes, and do both roles, right?
Because you can do that because, and this is a key point that I cannot emphasize enough, you are Batman!
That's like the inverse of the animated series I Am Batman. We're just yelling it at him. Like, he doesn't know what he's Batman.
You know what I was doing? I am Jesus. Instead it's, you are Batman! You are Batman! You are... Okay, and then, so Bruce pretends to be drunk, stumbles down to the server room, which has no guards or,
guards at all. It's right next to the kitchen for some reason.
Yeah, wouldn't that...
It's not even a full room. It's just like a few computers next to the wall. I don't know. Maybe there's a whole room behind those walls.
Yeah, and he's caught by a woman.
Well, he plugs in a little thing to download, like, Lex's secret data, apparently.
Yeah, okay. And so he gets back there later, and then a woman steals it, and then kind of walks out, and he follows it walking.
There is one woman who, like, sees him there... And, do you need help, Mr. Wayne? And I thought that was somebody who works for Lex.
Yeah, I think that was Mercy.
That was maybe Mercy. And he was like, I was looking for the bathroom. And I'm like, did you just get caught standing around, master of stealth? Okay, fine, whatever. And then later he goes back to get the device back.
And he gets caught again!
By, I guess...
Oh, no! But it's better, because someone stole the thing out from under him. At which point, you gotta figure this is Selena Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman, who's, like, the only person who could really do that.
Yeah.
And even that's stretching it a lot.
Yeah.
But no, it turns out this is Wonder Woman!
Yeah, and he... tracks her down to his credit, but, like, he does nothing stealthy here. He doesn't turn off the lights. He doesn't turn out a distraction over there. He doesn't sneak through an air vent. He doesn't do anything clever at all. He walks up to the computer and plugs in a thing, because apparently it has an external USB port that you can just plug into.
Well, admittedly, it would be easier to, install updates and stuff.
Well, yeah, but a professional-grade server room is going to have some locks before you're allowed to get to the things.
Okay, yes.
There's going to be a key card, a eye scan, a something. It's Lex Luthor. He's got, like, all the tech. And you can just walk up to his stuff, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they go to a museum, and there's a party, and Wonder Woman's there, and she reveals she also knows what happens to the sword that cut the Damocles knot.
The Gordian knot.
Gordian knot. What's the Damocles knot?
There's
Sword of Damocles.
Yeah, that's different though. It's different.
Yeah, okay, well, I was mixing up my metaphors. And she says, the scene exists basically to say, I know you were the thief. Yes, I was the thief. But I put it back. I put the USB drive in your car.
And somehow...
Did you just break into the goddamn Batman's car?
Yeah!
And then this is just glossed over. Then we have that stupid dream with the fire pits and shit. And then he wakes up and he sees this thing where Barry Allen, or Wally West, I'm not really sure which one it is. I'm assuming Barry Allen. Flash is, stuck in a time tunnel and is telling him, you were right about him.
Which, okay, thanks for being vague, Flash.
Well, I mean, he's probably talking about Darkseid knowing this.
Yeah, I got the impression that Batman's going to assume the word him refers to Superman. You were right to suspect him. And then it turns out the word him was meant to be about Lex Luthor, because he has good reason to suspect Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I'm still going with Darkseid on the basis that the whole thing earlier was foreshadowing Darkseid stuff.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past them to be totally random about that.
Yeah,
just there because we can.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Clark's getting yelled at because he's focusing on Batman. And
there's a whole montage of all the Cable personalities talking about everyone loves Superman so much, and they try to make it really deep and angsty, but none of this is grappling in plot terms. There has been no plot on this subject. The one thing that happened was in Africa, and we're not sure how it connects to Superman being at fault at all.
And all of it is backed up by religious Jesus symbolism of him being an angel. Superman is not a fucking angel! Angels exist in the DC universe! Use an angel!
Oh, that'd be cool.
The Silver City exists!
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe not in the movie universe yet.
Well,
I don't know.
Fuck the movie universe.
It's true. It hasn't done much to win our praise. So
you know what? The only other thing we've seen in this movie universe is Man of Steel. So you're already going at a 85-degree angle to get up to our expectations.
Yeah. Also, Wonder Woman says she couldn't get the picture she needed off of the hard drive that she stole.
What picture could you possibly use? You're Wonder Woman! Pick up Lex, shake him by his ankles until you get his keys, and then threaten to key his car through a wall until you get what you need.
Also,
you're Wonder Woman!
Also, though, if she apparently trusts Batman enough to give him the hard drive back, and she mentions it as military-grade encryption, you could just ask him to decrypt it. Maybe he would say yes. Give you your picture.
You know what? No. Okay,
you need?
Hold Lex Luthor, drag him to Themyscira, put him in front of the purple death ray, and say, no, you give me my fucking picture right now, or I will kill you.
You know, it'd be a whole lot easier.
What I just said?
The lasso of truth.
Or you could hold a heavy object over him and say, okay.
This is the boulder of truth.
This is the boulder of truth. If you lie, I drop it.
Yeah, that's honestly Punisher territory.
Fuck him.
The point is, this plot, it makes no sense. And it's jumping around, and I guess...
we haven't seen a single goddamn fight scene yet.
Well,
that actually happened.
The stupid dream sequence with Batman using a gun. That was...
Oh, God, Oh, God. So,
I guess we're gonna watch more of it now and get back to you.
Help.
Bye. Okay. Now, I think what makes such a great summary of this is we got to the end credits. We finished the film, people, and we got to the end credits, and we got to the logos at the very end, and we're looking at one now. We've just paused it. It says... Cruel and Unusual Films.
But this wasn't a cruel and unusual film.
No,
It's been 100 episodes since we first sat down and we reviewed Man of Steel. And now we reviewed its sequel. And I am resoundingly stating that I have the same opinion. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of these characters.
Even though in comics they can be good and we care about them there, but you made them us not care here.
If this was the only exposure I have to Superman or Batman, I would be disappointed. These characters are lifeless. They make grandiose speeches that mean nothing. Wait, no. They're that Shakespeare quote. a great sound and fury signifying nothing. Is that the way it goes? Yes. Great sound and fury signifying nothing. There's no point to most of the film. Lex Luthor is the Joker.
Yeah, except less interesting.
And a good chunk of the film was just spent setting up for
the Justice League movie that I didn't see on purpose.
And I didn't see on purpose because after Man of Steel, I swore off seeing any of the other DC cinematic universe movies.
Yeah, they suck. I mean, Wonder Woman was okay, but generally this sucks.
Okay, so we left off at a scene that we will reference at the end.
Oh, yes.
Where there was a forklift.
That's going to come up later.
Yeah, that's going to come up later.
Okay, so Lex is unloading his kryptonite off of the boat to drive to his lab. And Batman's going to steal it, and he kills, like, everybody.
Yeah, we're not even going, like, oh, okay, now that guy might have some minor issues. No. These guys were dead. These guys were very dead.
He runs his car straight into another car. It flips over, lands upside down. Then he tows that car behind him and throws it at a separate car midair.
And every one of those people is now dead.
That's... And, you know, we could be more forgiving in a better film. Like, in Batman Begins, he does a bit where he uses little explosives to launch cars upside down. But at least they had a little thing in there where Alfred says it's a miracle no one was killed, and the rest of the movie was great, so we just went along with it. Okay, Batman was just really good at planting those explosives precisely, and this is just more gratuitous on the violence and also a bad movie, so meh.
Now, if there had been a movie before this where, say, Robin had been killed, and that would give us a reason for Batman to go darker. They might have implied that, but I'm not 100% sure about that either. And I don't care enough to look this up because I don't care about any of these characters. They have one expression each.
Yeah.
Superman, when he... Okay, spoiler alert. At the end of the movie, Superman's dead. He has the same goddamn expression that he does the entire rest of the film.
He was dead the whole time.
Batman v Superman, directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan, ding dong, chang chang, chang de chang bop. That's the way it should be. Woo, yeah. I do like Grease. Grease is a good film. Yeah. Anyways, so Batman is hot on the trail of the kryptonite, and then Superman just steps in front of his car, and Batman crashes his car into Superman, bounces off, and runs into an abandoned gas station or something. And Superman goes, "The Bat dies tonight."
And I'm like, why? When was this ever established that you... I mean, like, you established that he has a problem with Batman. You didn't establish why. When Batman has not even been rumored to have hurt one single innocent life. He's talking about, you know, civil liberties have been violated, but... To make that stick, you gotta make me think he's hurt innocent people. I know in real life, yes, there are civil liberties, it's important, but to make it the crux of this movie...
It's important to protect the criminals, too, so that you don't have vigilante justice in case someone was wrong.
Right.
And if this person was accused of being a sexual child molester, and then it was proven that that was just a mistake...
Yeah, then that would, like, make the movie more coherent, instead of just vaguely wave in the direction of, but I'm mad, Batman.
But Batman is not the kind of guy who would make that mistake.
Yeah, because
But we do have the rules to protect the criminals for exactly that reason.
Right. I mean, that's Batman's one power. He has the narrative power of never being wrong about those things. I've never seen a story where Batman tortures a guy for information and then like, oh wait, that was your brother. I mixed you up. Sorry. Because that would like totally screw up the whole Batman mythos.
There was one. It was like a Brave and the Bold compilation where the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle follows Batman into Gotham. I mean, no, into like a city in New Mexico where he's interrogating someone. He's going, "Tell me where they got the weapon. Tell me where they got the weapon." And he's like, "I ain't telling you. I ain't telling." Jaime leads it to Batman. "I think I know where the weapon came from." And Batman just goes, "God damn it. Blue Beetle, next time I'm trying to interrogate someone, it's important that you don't tell them that you know where they know what they're
Just
talking
throws
about.
off the scene. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy is like, come on, dude, there's a way to this. I mean, he was just getting into it. Yeah, we know each other from... This was an informant that ran away from Gotham to New Mexico, so he actually has encountered Batman before.
I see.
It turns out that Jaime is right, but involves La Dama, but... Yeah. So, and then Batman goes, do you bleed? You will.
Why? Why does he want to make...
The hatred between these two has not been well enough established.
Yeah.
Okay, the hatred on the part of Superman to Batman has not been well enough established.
Especially when, and I said this way back when we made a video about, hypothetically, Batman v Superman, after it had been announced. Remember?
Yeah.
And I rambled on forever. I said, one way to do this is to do Batman as super unlawful and Superman is much more lawful. But in the first movie, Superman destroys a government satellite when he feels like it to protect his privacy. So it's like, okay, you're not the super lawful type who's gonna get to the exact details of the regulations and stuff. So
Yeah, also you cross national lines on a whim, and I didn't see you with a passport anywhere there.
Can you imagine flying at like Mach 3 and you're like, here's my passport! Just like flies by.
I'm willing to bet that there are superhero worlds where that exists. More established was the hatred that Batman had for Superman, which makes sense. He lost friends and people he cared for in that.
Yeah,
in the Battle of Metropolis. And it is important to note that he is leaning towards the side of, what if Superman turns evil? We've already seen what happens when a Superman-level foe can turn evil.
I get that.
So, okay, I can get that. But then, apparently, Lex Luthor starts sending messages to both people, to both Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, with basically antagonizing messages that say, Neener, 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 you suck.
Yeah, I like the one where... Okay, so he sends pictures to the desk of Clark Kent, and they're pictures of this thug who got beat up and branded. And in order, they say, judge, jury, executioner, justice?
Justice?
Yeah, with a question mark. And when I got to executioner, I was like, but wait, the guy's not dead, even. Like,
okay, but executioner is frequently...
Yeah, I know. But to motivate him enough to be this pissed that he had to go stop the Batmobile when he had anything else to do that night, and then later on they have their true drag-out fight, it just didn't fit. And what is, again, Superman's philosophy? In the first movie, it's all... I mean, his dad actually says, maybe don't save people, like, for your own sake or whatever. In fact, don't save me. I'm getting struck by a tornado. It's fine. I'll just stand here. Oh, that's a stupid scene.
Yeah, I mean, you're Superman. You could stop that with your super breath.
Yeah. In theory, he rejects his dad's philosophy and becomes a different sort of hero, but there was never a moment where that was established. I don't know what moral rules Superman runs on. It seems to be very ad hoc. I don't even know his opinion of what happened with the thing in Africa that was apparently a big deal. Like, did he even...
Hey, wait, why did that happen?
Yeah, why the heck did that happen? I thought that was part of an evil plan. Maybe
there was supposed to be plan. Like... Lex Luthor set it up so that Superman would be blamed for that. But why?
I mean, he wants everyone to hate Superman. He wants Batman to hate Superman.
Yeah,
so
but
Batman...
if he's... Why did he have the... Lex Luthor's plan. Okay, so he wants Batman to fight Superman.
Well, he wanted... I think he originally wanted to fight Superman directly, and then Batman stole his kryptonite. Then he manipulated them.
I don't know. I kind of thought that.
But then, wait a minute. Yeah,
Batman into stealing his kryptonite.
Why doesn't he Batman to steal his kryptonite? He can just snipe Superman with a kryptonite gun.
Which is not what happens. What happens is that Batman gets some more pictures that say "neener, neener, neener" after Lex takes advantage of a guy whose legs got chopped off in the Superman fight in Man of Steel, and he turns his wheelchair into a bomb, and he kills everyone at Congress to make everyone hate Superman.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense if he's planning to do this other shit.
That too. Also, what makes no sense about it is that Superman is not known to experience spontaneous combustion. And
wait, what?
What I'm saying is, if Superman walks into a room and then the room explodes, what makes you think Superman did it? Bombs explode. Superman does not explode. He is not an explosive person.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, everyone buys this. They're like, oh, well, if Superman was innocent, he'd come forward. I'm like, really? He wears a skin-tight bodysuit. What part of this do you think means, oh, yeah, I'm going to be...
Well...
And they even say, like, the terrorist is this guy.
They actually
we have footage of this.
They figured it out, so...
And then people are still angry at Superman for no reason.
Why doesn't he go to, like, the next congressional hearing, this one without bombs, and explain what the frick happened? If anything, this should turn public opinion in Superman's favor. Because someone tried to unfairly assassinate him.
Did Superman know about the bomb and do nothing?
Yeah, but that...
Which is even weaker.
Because... Okay,
admittedly, it does have a point because, Superman has X-ray vision. But still, it's still really weak.
It makes no sense. If you were Superman and you wanted to bomb Congress, you would just send the bomb into Congress and bomb it. You wouldn't stand there personally.
You wouldn't need a bomb. All you need to do is fly into space, grab an asteroid, throw it at Congress.
That too. But if you're trying to, like, conceal your involvement... you
fly into space, get an asteroid, and say, well, who can say about the universe? It was just an asteroid strike, and it's total coincidence that I have asteroid dust on my hands.
But why would you blame Superman any more than literally anyone else in the building? Like, that guy in the back, he was there. Hey,
did it. Who gave him the wheelchair? Maybe we should check out Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
But this plan of Lex's makes no sense, because he makes this big thing to lure Superman out into the desert, and then has a private military corporation kill a lot of people, and then summon the government to cause more death, all to pin this on Superman. And
even though that doesn't pin on Superman, as we already established.
Yeah, and then he sets up this congressional hearing through manipulation to get Superman here, and then he bombs Superman, even though that doesn't really affect Superman other than his public perception. And at the same time, he's also planning to make Batman fight Superman. And then he's also making Doomsday. It's like every step of this plan is added with another step after that, and then I punch Superman.
He has 4 separate plans, and as far as I can tell, none of them make sense. So, plan number one...
Not as 2 or 3 working together, maybe. Okay, like, you could argue that the plan for causing chaos in the desert eventually led to the bombing plan.
Sure.
But what was the point of that?
Exactly. Well, so plan number 1 is to make Superman look bad in the public eye. Except there's no reason he should get blamed for the desert stuff or for the bombing stuff. And canonically, he doesn't even get blamed for that, really, when they know the terrorists that did it. And the only reason they blame Superman is he, for some reason, takes a media break when he could have just explained himself and gone and pledged to go catch the criminals behind this, and then done so. So that doesn't make sense on that merit. The second bit is that he's going to... make Batman fight Superman, and that doesn't make sense because it'd be more logical to just kill Superman yourself with your own damn kryptonite, and you can't be sure that Batman will actually fight him. And his third plan is to make Doomsday fight Superman, and that revolves around the Kryptonians happening to have the technology that if you put a dead General Zod in some goo and add human blood, it turns into a Doomsday. Like, what do you know? I guess he just knew they had that when he asked for the spaceship.
Yeah, how do you know that wouldn't create watermelons or something?
We're now creating watermelons. Damn it! I asked for the Doomsday scenario.
How do you think watermelons are created? Earth was a Kryptonian colony. All their babies became watermelons.
Oh, God.
You are eating half Kryptonian babies. And it is delicious. No, seriously, I love watermelon. Watermelon is delicious.
Does the Doomsday even have a mind? Is it like Zod's brain? Is it like
okay,
programmed to obey Lex? Is it just hate Superman? Does it kill everything?
We're not there yet because first we have to get to the stupid fight. Lex figures out Batman and Superman's identity and kidnaps Clark's mom in order to make him fight Batman. Clark, being not an idiot, goes immediately to Gotham and to where Bruce is shining the bat signal into the sky, and goes, okay, my first thing to do, I need to recruit him to help me find Martha. He's like, oh yeah, that's a pretty smart thing. Why is that not...
Well, even that is a little vague, because although we know Batman is a master of detection and so forth and would be able to figure things out, it's never been established that Superman knows that in this continuity. As far as he knows, Batman is just some guy who brands people. Like, he hasn't been. Oh yeah, there was that time he tapped my cell phone and did cool things that would help you track people down if necessary.
To be fair, he has been obsessing over him
Yeah,
this whole movie.
I've heard about it in the
but
news.
that hasn't been made clear.
It hasn't been made clear. Okay, so yes.
If we have to infer something, instead of it being at least hinted at...
So he goes to ask for Batman's help, and Batman has got, like, this stupidly drawn-out strategy.
Okay, so it's like every step, you need to wait 5 to 10 seconds before you go on to the next one. Superman gets, like, attacked by these sonic blaster things.
Let's get detailed. Superman comes to see him, lands on the ground in front of him on this rooftop, takes a few steps saying, I need your help, and then steps on this thing that, like, triggers the sonic attack, right? I'd like to point out that this is the trigger system he set up against a man that can fly. If Superman had bothered to hover that distance, the whole sonic trap is pointless.
Or, and here is another thought, if Superman had just hovered there, like 10 feet above the ground and said, look, Batman, I need your help!
Yeah, that would not have worked either. And then he had approached him from the other direction, too. And then he walks into the next trap, which has got, like, you know, automatic machine guns, and they're shooting him. Which he knows full well is not going to work. And then he grabs Batman and punches him a few times. And then Batman hits him with a kryptonite gas grenade.
Okay, at any point, Batman has a kryptonite spear. A spear that is made out of kryptonite that he's planning to use on Superman and can kill him pretty much instantly. The problem is that at any point that Superman is distracted with these traps, he could have used this and ended the fight instantly.
Yeah. Or even just use the gas grenade. Like, that he had that in hand and decided to sit around
when
with
Superman is being attacked by the sonic thing and he's not moving, shoot him with the gas grenade.
Yeah.
And then stab him with the spear.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. The writers did not get clever about this. I said in my prospective What They Should Do video that you have to be really clever. Batman would have to be the absolute chess master, you know, to counteract all Superman's powers and stuff. And here Batman comes off like an idiot. Great.
Just again and again. Look, in theory, this works if you don't think about it for 1 second, because we instantly spotted this.
Yeah. And then he hits him with the one gas grenade, and it's like, now I can fight you, now we're fighting. And then Superman starts getting his power back, and then, like, a while later, Batman thinks to use the second gas grenade. Like, you didn't do that during the transition to reclaiming power?
Or here's a thought. Hit him with the gas grenade, punch him in the face. When he's down, cut his throat with a knife. You're a combat pragmatist. Act like it. You are trying to kill an alien god. Don't play fair. You know what they call people who fight fair? Losers. If you're not cheating... You know what
they call people who fight fair? The Trump voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's it's from a fucking Worm fan fiction.
I see.
But you know what? It's true. If you aren't trying to actively stack the deck as much in your favor when you're in a life or death battle against an alien god, then you're not doing your job right.
Yeah, and also, you know, one of Batman's main things is that he doesn't kill, and they don't even make a big deal of, like, I've never killed before, but this one time I will, or something like that. Or...
Yeah, but he's been killing all movies.
He's been killing all movies.
So it's why
that just drifts him off the character that we expect him to be. But okay, anyway, then yeah, stupidly dragged out thing drops him off of a thing and then grapples down there, and then he's got the spear down there because I guess he was planning to bring him to that level the whole time, and gets very slowly ready to stab him.
And then finally, Superman goes, Martha! And for some reason, which Batman does not ever explain to anyone, that changes everything. Now, in the extended edition, they might change something, where it's like, I'm sorry, my mother's name is Martha too. But guess what? In this one, it's just, I'm not killing you today. And he doesn't even say that. He just tosses the spear away.
Even if he does explain it that way, that's super lame. It's like, well, I was going to kill you, but now that I know... Superman doesn't even explain who Martha is at first. So now that I know that you know someone who has the same name as my mother, well, all bets are off. That's like... I mean, this is a Batman who normally, as I said before, Batman normally has his one rule of not killing, and like you can understand morally where that comes from. But a rule against not killing a guy who happens to know someone who has the same name as your mother is much more ridiculous and obscure.
Furthermore, this doesn't make sense given the motivation that Batman has stated. If there is a 1% chance that this man could turn evil, that is too much of a chance, and that is way too much chance of humanity going extinct. Oh, but you know someone named Martha? Well, okay, I guess it's worth the 1%.
Yeah.
This makes no sense from the established characterization.
But it ought to, somehow or other, it ought to be, if you want to do a movie where he's convinced that Superman is evil, then the climax should involve Superman proving himself to be a good person. Like, he, while dying of kryptonite, does something to save somebody, and Batman sees it, and he's like, oh, wait, I misjudged you. Something along those lines.
I've seen, there was a Justice League episode where they traveled into a parallel world where the Justice Guild, which was based in the Justice Society of America, was still active with all the 1950s tropes and Silver Agey stuff, where they didn't kill, and the Justice Guild was attacking the Justice League members that came over to their world. And they immediately stopped attacking once they saw that the Justice League was risking their lives to save civilians when there was collateral damage.
Yeah.
They were like, no, these guys can't be villains. We thought they were bad, that we thought they were robbing the bank, but no, we were wrong. We're sorry.
Yeah.
In the most 1950s
like
ham-tastic Silver Age way possible. But still, it was a great episode, and that they immediately realized they had made a mistake.
Yeah. Or you could go the route I had mentioned earlier, which was Superman under mind control, and his whole idea of fighting it was to help him break out of the mind control. Once he does that, hey, we're on the same side again.
Meanwhile, while this fight is going on, Lex Luthor is turning on bits of the ship to make this
To make a doomsday.
They
have a doomsday machine.
And everyone in Metropolis is a fucking idiot. Because the ship that is on the ground is shooting lightning bolts everywhere and, sucking power out of the city. Do they not remember the last time that this ship did anything in Metropolis and how it leveled the city?
Yeah. Or, what kind of...
Why do people still live here?
What occurs to me now is they say that the news reports are all about how the military is, sealed off the area, right? There's, a containment zone. Did anyone in the military think to send some guys inside the ship to see what was up? And maybe turn off the lightning machine? And then maybe oh, hi, Lex Luthor. Wait, no, please turn that off. And then just butt him with the butt of your gun? Yeah. No, but no, the military decided to just hang around. They were totally quick to launch a nuke at Doomsday once he was there, but they were not going to do shit to prevent him from emerging.
So, long story short, Batman acts like Batman for the only time in the frickin' movie, and I mean barely. When he goes...
He says, hey, Superman, you go deal with the ship. I'll go save Martha. Which, apart from knowing Martha's location, actually Superman could have done all of that himself. So it was completely random why Batman had to go do that. But okay, fine.
That means they both get to deal with this.
They both get to do something. Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're cutting back to this person who is obviously Wonder Woman, who receives an email from Bruce that says, I found your picture. It shows you in 1918 working alongside World War I soldiers. Also, here's some trailer pics for the upcoming Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Including the guy who played Ronan in Stargate Atlantis as Aquaman.
Yeah, good for him.
Which, yeah, I'm really in favor of that. He was a good actor, and he plays the roguish brute well.
Okay.
Although I am disappointed that he doesn't have blonde hair.
Yeah.
However, that is not me being a fanboy and going, they changed it so it sucks. No. Aquaman having blonde hair was actually a plot point in the comics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it meant that he wasn't a pureblood or something.
Oh.
And it's a thing.
Okay, that's cool.
So, so I'm not happy with that. Okay. So then Superman arrives at the...
Superman arrives at the Doomsday creation thing, and Lex starts monologuing, and Superman stands there because he's an
Instead
idiot.
of, backhanding him through the wall of the ship.
And just smash all the lightning majiggers that stop the thing before it does the thing it's clearly about to do.
And it reveals...
Doomsday.
And then it pops out, and it's Supreme Leader Snoke. No, seriously, this guy looks like Snoke at first.
Yeah.
Now, as the fight goes on, he gets more and more of his back spikes and shit that he's known for in the comics.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he immediately starts fighting Superman. You're like, why? Why does he care? I don't know. I guess he just does that. Which, to be fair, the original Doomsday just came out of nowhere and started wrecking everything because he could.
They backfilled his backstory later because literally the reason they invented Doomsday
was to kill off Superman. Yeah, that's right.
Well, that and to give Superman an actual fight because I've read interviews that said, well, Superman would always be going up against people who are really smart. So he'd be going like, oh, Lex Luthor. Ah, Superman, I have this computer that you will never unhack. And then Superman hacks it with his superpowers, and then he's like, oh, you've defeated me, now I'm off to jail. Yeah. But no. They wanted they basically wanted Batman, the Man of Steel. The fight scene. They wanted a fight scene that would do that.
Yeah, well, anyway, that was cool.
Yeah, but...
Point is, they start fighting for all 2 minutes, and then Superman starts lifting Doomsday into space, and the military's like, we have to nuke it. And I'm like, have we yet established that Doomsday is even your enemy? You don't even know who he is.
Have we established that Doomsday is a threat worth nuking?
Yeah.
I mean, you hit him with some rockets from Apache helicopters, but I'm not 100% certain that, the nuclear option should be leapt for.
Yeah, no, I'm not certain.
Maybe we should wait to see if
Doomsday's
Superman
not even
can
a world...
handle.
Yeah, he's not like a world-class threat, actually. Well, he is, but they just know him as a monster. I'm contrasting it in my mind.
He's basically a really huge guy at this point because he doesn't have any of his iconic upgrades.
Right. I'm contrasting this to the first Avengers, or actually Man of Steel, where there was clearly a thing that's going to blow up the whole world. Is there a reason they didn't nuke that World Destroyer engine?
No.
Especially the one in the Indian Ocean?
No.
Okay.
No, there's not.
There's no reason.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah.
So they start fighting, and then Batman draws him to the docks where the Kryptonite Spear is. Draws Doomsday there.
Why did he do that?
Because that's where the Kryptonite Spear was.
Let's go get the Kryptonite Spear and bring it back. He's already in an uninhabited island. If you leave him alone, he might just stand there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure of it either. I might have missed something, but you know what? Fuck you. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck this movie. And then Wonder Woman shows up. Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, I got.
You know what really bugs me about this? Yeah. It's at this point that the music starts playing a Wonder Woman theme. Here's the problem, though. You know what the title of this movie is? Batman versus Superman. Yeah, you know what? Wonder Woman's not in there. Wonder Woman carries a movie all on her own, and we're trying to show. I want one story, okay?
Yeah.
I want one story that's coherent from beginning to end, and not a prequel to Dawn of Justice. I mean, not a prequel to Justice League. I don't want a prequel to a Wonder Woman movie. I don't want a prequel to Doomsday coming to Earth. I don't want the New Gods. I just want Batman, and I want Superman.
Because those are big characters.
I don't want to see Cyborg's origin story. I don't want to see the Flash stopping something. I don't want to see Aquaman underwater.
Yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I want to see all those things in their own movie.
Yeah.
Marvel Cinematic Universe did it nearly perfectly. Even though they had elements that crossed from one to another, like, for example, Phil Coulson in the second Iron Man film, traveling off to where Thor's hammer is, we didn't have Thor showing up in the middle of Iron Man's climax.
They didn't shoehorn it in. Yeah, that'd just be crazy.
Mind you, Captain America Civil War did less of a good job at that, but that was part of the plot.
Yeah,
so
the
it
plot
worked.
was entirely based around that. Yeah.
But this was not.
Wonder Woman is here because we feel like I knew that from the trailer or from the first trailer where the Wonder Woman is there. I'm like, no, don't throw in Wonder Woman. This is too big of a story.
I
just
knew
the two
it
of
was
them.
there too. That doesn't mean I can't be mad about it, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I knew in advance it would suck, and now it's confirmed to suck. Yeah.
And she doesn't really do much in the fight.
She's just there to be there. They have to go find this spear with the kryptonite, which Lois threw into some water earlier.
Why did she throw it in the bottomless pit of water again?
I don't know. I guess she just doesn't like it because it nearly killed her boyfriend. But...
Yes, it nearly killed my boyfriend. Now to dispose of it forever in this puddle. No one will ever find it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Wonder Woman makes something about the creature. It seems to feed on energy. And then they make no use of that statement once they've said it. Like, Superman uses his laser vision, which clearly provides energy, and he uses it like a lot, and no one tells him to stop. Like, why is that line even in the script if it's not going to matter?
You know, and it wasn't that he absorbs energy. He adapts. He evolves. That's what Doomsday does. Every time you deal him incredible damage, he adapts to fight that energy.
Yeah.
It's why he's so terrifying, because you can't kill him the same way twice, because he will resurrect his ass, and come back, and he'll be able to resist whatever you threw at him before.
Yeah.
Also, why the hell was Doomsday fighting Superman?
Why was he fighting anyone? I don't know his motivations at all.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a reborn General Zod and he was speaking in Zod's voice,
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for like a few sentences.
Yeah.
Superman, I told you I would find you.
Yeah.
This world will be a paradise for Krypton once I have reduced it to rubble. No, that's going more dark side, sorry.
But yeah, you could do
Yeah, okay.
something, and then
that would give us something to
and,
Doomsday's character other than random natural disaster.
Yeah, and if these characters knew each other in the first Avengers movie, everyone got to know each other, and by the time you got to the climax, it was like, aha, this is the climax of their respective character arcs, learning to trust each other, learning to work as a team.
But they never had that in this film.
In this movie, nobody knows anybody. They randomly hate each other. Wonder Woman, by the way, hears about the trouble when she's on a plane about to take off, and then she's like, oh, there's trouble. And I know this is a small point. Walks off the plane. Does not run. Does not leap into action. Walks. Why? You're a hero. You care about innocent lives. I mean, apparently for 100 years you didn't care, but now you care again. That's weird, too.
And what is Wonder Woman's role? Is she the ambassador to man's world like she's in the comics? Is Diana Prince just another name she has for herself?
I think she's just been hanging out and eating nachos for 100 years. Because as far as I can tell, she hasn't done anything of any significance.
I guarantee you she ain't been just eating nachos. Otherwise, how would you get those washboard abs?
Right.
No, but seriously, though, I mean, Wonder Woman, everyone knows that Diana Prince is Wonder Woman in the comics.
You know, I think they just wrote themselves into a corner where they wanted her to be in World War I, and they also wanted her to be in the modern day, and they couldn't think of anything for her to do in the middle without, like, really changing up the shared universe. So
Which
they
is
just
bullshit.
So like she just did nothing for 100 years, whatever. Especially not in World War II, where she could have been super helpful. Nope, did nothing.
Well, you know, she would have punched Hitler in the face, but Captain America was already doing that.
I know. I want to see them team up. That'd be cool.
I have read a story where Hippolyta was taken with a soldier that she met in World War II,
Yeah.
and everyone thinks that it's
Steve Rogers.
No. They think it's some other guy. They think it's Thor that she's attracted to, and then in her own monologue, she reveals it's Steve Rogers, but she's really shy around him.
Nice.
Then I read another one that turns out that she had a fling with Alfred.
Oh, wow. I hadn't thought of that. Good for Alfred. Still having, I don't know, things.
I choose to believe that Wonder Woman has some sisters that belong to Alfred.
Oh my gosh. I had never considered such things before. Okay.
Are you kidding me? That would be great.
Yeah.
Just imagine, like, the Joker's invading Wayne Manor. Like, two proper girls, like, in suits. Our mother says hello, Jack Napier. Amazon shit. I don't know what raw is for Amazons, but whatever.
No, that's true. Actually, Alfred could have fathered the children much, much earlier, and they'd still be, like, young because they're Amazonian. Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, like, yeah. Huh.
So that does make him a deadbeat dad, apparently. Maybe he didn't know they existed. I don't know.
Well, and not necessarily. I mean...
Maybe he visits them Mascara once in a while?
They could have separated.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's more options than just he abandoned her.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they both... I mean, Alfred was in the Secret Service. I mean, not Secret Service. Like MI6 or SAS for the British. So he loves his country. And Hippolyta is queen of the Amazons.
Yeah.
It's understandable why they couldn't be together.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. There's a fanfic for you.
Well, okay. But ignoring the good possibilities of the story. Okay, so then Superman grabs the kryptonite spear, and instead of handing it to Batman or Wonder Woman or anyone else that it wouldn't also kill,
or throwing it at super speed right into Doomsday's gut,
or his head, you know, he goes right at point blank range and stabs Doomsday.
I mean, they did kind of make it look like you would need super strength to pierce the skin, which I guess is the point of that previous line. Batman's like, if I could pierce the skin, the kryptonite can kill him. And I'm like, wouldn't the kryptonite itself pierce the skin?
Like it was shown to do?
Like it was shown to do. Like you gave Superman a cut on the cheek earlier. Do you remember this? But now suddenly, the skin is a separate thing. We need it that way to justify Superman doing it. I guess. It was dumb.
Yeah, so Superman got speared through the heart by a bone shard that was that grew out of the hand Wonder Woman cut off.
It looked like a middle
and
finger.
then he dies, and then Doomsday dies.
He dies, and I'm like, he's fine. I say of Superman, like, he'll be back.
I'm really hoping they don't try to adapt The Return of Superman, because that was a mess. Mind you, it was the first comic that I ever read, and I really like it to this day, but it was a mess. 4 Supermen claimed to be the real guy before the real guy showed up.
Yeah.
It turned out that one of them was Hank Henshaw, who was a Reed Richards XP from DC Comics. One of them was an ancient Kryptonian version of the Terminator. One of them was Superboy. Thankfully not Superboy Prime, but yeah. And the last guy was John Henry Irons, who was basically Iron Man.
Oh, yeah. Good.
And it was messed up, and I loved it so much. Also, it involved Coast City being destroyed, which eventually led to Hal Jordan turning into Parallax and destroying the Green Lantern Corps. So, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah. Also involves Superman being dead, but wait, not quite really dead, and they brought him back somehow. Yeah. It was very vague to me. I've had it explained to me multiple times.
It was like the way that the Eradicator described it was, you were in an ideal situation where you could be resurrected. If it was like literally any other circumstance, this would not be possible.
So the Eradicator just knows how to resurrect things, apparently.
Well, he's created by Kryptonian technology. Like I said, he's a Kryptonian Terminator and had access to the Fortress of Solitude, which for some reason I thought was at the South Pole.
I always thought it was in the North.
No, it is in the North Pole, but for some reason when I read it the first time, I thought it was in the South Pole.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of the South Pole, Superman apparently goes there and has a dream with his dad. And we were like, another dream sequence? Really?
Yeah, but wait. If his dad wasn't the one who built that stupid little hill thing, what built that hill thing?
I'm going to say Stargate SG-1.
Okay.
that one episode where they go through the gate and they're like, it's an ice planet! And then it's just Antarctica.
Oh my god, I love that episode because of a blooper from that.
Oh yeah?
Where Sam starts berating Jack O'Neill, who's played by the guy who played MacGyver in the original MacGyver.
Oh yeah.
And she started berating him like, oh my god, I'm stuck on a glacier with MacGyver! Come on, you have chewing gum and a belt buckle, build a nuclear reactor! It's hilarious and you should look it up.
Alright.
Okay, so, and then they have a funeral for Superman.
And a separate funeral for Clark Kent.
Yeah,
and it turns out Clark was going to propose to Lois. And, like, I kept seeing these shades of what could have been a much better film. You know, you could have had good reason for people to doubt Superman and to think he was maybe not a great guy, and they work against him, and they had good reason to. And then Superman proves how good he is by sacrificing his own life to save the world from Doomsday, and then it's so tragic that there was a misunderstanding we didn't realize, and here he is being buried, and, you know, some themes in there about not understanding good intentions when they happen and so forth, the tragic accidents of history. And that wasn't the movie. That wasn't the movie we saw. It's like, oh, this scene could go well on the end of a better movie, you know. And it just, everyone just felt so.
But it
flat.
basically felt. Part of it felt like we don't trust Superman. He's Jesus. He's Jesus. We don't trust Superman. And then the rest of the movie was. Let's rep for Justice League. Let's rep for Justice League. Let's rep for Justice League. Prep for Justice League.
And then suddenly when Superman's dead, everyone loves him, even though they've been hating him the rest of the movie.
Yeah, like that. I really wish that wasn't truth in television, but consider how many people considered Michael Jackson a pedophile and how many people mourned his death.
Well, that's a complex thing, but...
I'm just saying that happens in the real world.
I mean,
when someone dies, we
they
tend to
get
gloss
deified.
over the nastier parts of their death.
I mean, again, like, they have a memorial for Superman, and everyone's standing around with candles, and they do a slow camera motion to show us the line, like, if you would seek out his monument, look around you. And,
I really wish
that's a great line for a better movie.
I really wish they'd put that in the middle of a bombed-out, destroyed section they hadn't gotten around to rebuilding yet. It's like...
Yep, this is his... No, but, like, okay, so apparently we're going through some theme where Superman inspires the public to, like, a better good. If only we had seen that ever in the entire film. Like, random civilians helping each other out because they believe in Superman's ideals.
We did see civilians helping each other out. When Superman was fighting Zod from the last film.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this film.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne. But that wasn't what...
But then Bruce Wayne himself tries to kill Superman. Which, I'm vague on that still. Like, the idea was what? He might someday become evil, therefore I need to kill him now? How about he might someday become evil, therefore let's just stockpile kryptonite and wait?
Which is what he does.
Which is what he does in the comics. He's like a whole room full of kryptonite. But like, and a kryptonite ring and all that. But here it's, I need to kill you today because I'm busy next week. And I gotta get around to it, like now, I guess. Even though, logically...
I remember seeing one... Yeah. You're going to hear this line a lot. I remember seeing a fan fiction where they made fun of the fact that the Justice League was offended that Batman kept around, like, all these protocols of what could happen and how to take down various supervillains. Yeah. I mean, superheroes, if they ever went rogue. To which he responded, yeah, because you guys get mind-controlled, like, every other week. Yeah. Of course I stockpile this shit.
Yeah.
But no, that wasn't this at all. It was... I have to kill him now. Why? In case he gets jokes with Joker venom? Or whatever.
I mean, if he thought that Superman was about to explode because he is a bomb or something and needs to be killed now, you know, or if he thought Superman was about to be mind-controlled or had previously been mind-controlled, or if there was something
Which happened
personal,
in the DCAU. After Superman was mind-controlled by Darkseid, the United States government founded Cadmus to create weapons incapable of stopping Superman. Yeah. And they had a point!
Yeah. And if there were more personal stuff to this, I would love, you know, in The Dark Knight Rise... No, wait. I'm talking the movie. The Dark Knight Returns with Frank Miller. There was... I mean, okay, I might be misremembering some of this, but... I'm thinking there was more of a sense of brotherhood between these two men, who then unfortunately come to blows. And it makes for interesting dramatic irony. And you could have built that there's some reason to trust each other and like each other, and then sadly I have to fight you for the greater good, you know, or something. Which could easily be established with mind control stuff. Fighting you because I want to save you. I like that dramatic irony.
Hey, wait a second. If Lex is like one of the richest people in the entire world, and he has all the money and wants people to hate Superman... Why doesn't he just buy Fox News and have them, like, spread anti-Superman propaganda 24/7?
Yeah, I think you could do that. Why did Lex want to kill Superman again? Anybody know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
And eventually, at the end, he says, you know, we've just alerted, like, space aliens that we're ready for stuff, and he's coming, implying that Darkseid is going to start trying to conquer the Earth. Here's the problem, though. One... That's ripped straight out of the Avengers movie, where they said use of the Tesseract to make weapons shows that the Earth is ready for a new and higher form of war.
Yeah.
Two, and more importantly, Lex, if you knew about Darkseid, if you knew about the bad stuff coming towards Earth, why the fuck were you wasting time trying to kill Superman instead of, I don't know, prepping for when the new gods show up?
I don't even know his connection to the new gods. Did he call them up and say, "Hey, please come over here and make a deal with me," and like kind of Loki style with to Thanos? You know, like, let me rule Earth. I'll give you the keys or something. That could be it. Like, I could imagine. Okay, I will prove myself to you by killing Superman, so you know I'm a crafty guy, and let me rule the fiefdom, which is Earth. You know, but none of that was established.
Yeah, and if it was, yeah.
He mentions his motivation briefly. He talks about basically he had an abusive father, and
but that was mentioned in one scene.
Mentioned in one scene, I know, and I'm still picking it apart because like basically God didn't save him, so like he doesn't like God, therefore he doesn't like Superman because Superman is Jesus apparently.
But that doesn't make sense either. Wait,
yeah,
so
why get mad at Superman because you're mad at deities? Go get mad at actual deities.
Dude, if you want to get mad at deities, then
go fight the new gods. There you go.
No. The new gods are not gods.
Yeah, I know. They're just called that.
But if you want to get mad at deities, then go fund anti-church stuff.
Yeah.
Fine. Go do that. Why are you mad at Superman unless you're like, anyone who's more powerful than me is bad, which I can buy. I'm jealous of Superman, which is stupid, but also fine. Or, here's the thing, anyone who's nice is an asshole and I need to kill them.
Or how about more specific? He's up to random criminal shit that Superman keeps getting in the way of. Which canonical Lex Luthor is doing all the time, right?
Yeah.
Do that. Get mad at this guy who's usurping your like, let's say he was already on a plot to world domination that mostly involves like finances and corruption and stuff, you know,
which would work well.
The man behind the scenes type of thing.
Which would work well in the Batman v Superman movie because at the end of Batman No Man's Land, it's revealed that one of the big bads behind the No Man's Land, basically Gotham getting cut off from the rest of the United States, was Lex Luthor bribing a whole bunch of people to cut Gotham City out of the United States.
Right.
That way, then he'd hire Bane to go into Gotham City and blow up all the public records. Then he'd be able to buy up all the land since no one would be able to prove that they owned anything.
Oh, well, there. It's something. It's a little
he'd
complicated.
He'd be able to own over
something.
half of Gotham City before anyone could stop him, except that Batman found out and, basically said, no.
So Lex could be on a route to power. He's amassed lots of power already. Superman's a threat to that power. Superman's a wild card. He can't predict, so he's going to devote all his energy to killing Superman. And you could also morph in a jealousy, sort of super racism angle in there, where he's an alien and therefore he's beneath us, and it's ultimately self-motivated, but he puts a small veneer of philosophy to convince himself that this is worth it,
Yeah, he could also have lots of irons in the fire and have designs in Gotham City, but like Superman is wrecking Lex's shit over in Metropolis, Batman is wrecking his shit over in Gotham.
Right, so he wants them to fight so that one or the other, or hopefully both, will die. That'd be nice. He also says something when he's telling you Superman, the world now will see that Superman is flawed or whatever. Which led me to think that he was going to somehow videotape the fight and show it to everybody. Look, he's flawed because he's fighting Batman or something. But he didn't even videotape that. And if he had
someone,
but he killed Zod. That's already on the record. So, and he's also being blamed for all those deaths in Africa for no reason. So,
and the deaths in Congress for some reason.
And if you wanted him to get people mad at him, he should not have him go fight and kill Batman, whom some people are afraid of. He should have
torch an orphanage from
go blow up an orphanage. Yeah,
torch an orphanage from space or something. I don't care. Just do evil.
Yeah. I mean, Superman has this line where he says no one stays good forever. He says it to Lois, and it's kind of this sad moment where he's worried he'll actually have to cross the line and do something.
You already
wrong.
crossed the line.
And he already crossed 3 lines, and also actually his plan is just to talk to Batman.
But that doesn't make any sense unless he's planning on dying, but he can't know that because he doesn't know what Lex's plan is.
Because nobody knows what Lex's plan is.
I don't think Lex
doesn't know what Lex's plan is.
Like I said, Lex comes across as the Joker instead of...
Yeah, but the Joker, is supposed to be crazy. And because clearly just enjoys the chase, you know? Like, he's perfectly willing to be thrown in Arkham 100 times. He just likes screwing with Batman personally.
I would love to see this Lex Luthor, after this film, have to team up with the Dark Knight Joker.
Ah.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And Heath Ledger would just dominate him in every way, and it would be hilarious. If you want a really good Batman v Superman film, look at the Batman and Superman movie from the DCAU.
Yeah, that was World's Finest. I think
World's Finest, yeah. Which does celebrate both characters, shows their strengths and weaknesses. Both characters act in character.
Yeah.
And you get to see Lex Luthor with plans.
Yeah, the freaking plan made sense. He already hates Superman for everything Superman's ever done to him.
So hire the Joker.
He hires the Joker, who happens to have some kryptonite, to go kill Superman. And the plot lines intertangle, you know? And it worked. It worked.
Sort of.
I mean,
the film worked.
The film, that's what I meant. The film worked as a piece of entertainment.
Their plans didn't work.
The plan didn't work.
All.
But, like, you know, they got reasonably far and you knew what they were trying to do. And you're like, okay, I get this. And you could make a movie better than that, but this movie we just saw was all so much worse.
Yeah, duh.
I feel like I need to go watch DCAU stuff to just, like, wash the incompetence out of the palette, you know? Like,
yeah.
Let's go watch some, like, actually well-crafted stories thing. Even if it was simple enough for children, it was still good enough for us to see, as we did in our Batman the Animated Series review. Like, it still rings true or is fun to watch.
It still holds up.
It holds up, yeah. After all these years. You can do that, people.
I kind of want to see Superman the Animated Series now.
Yeah.
Just because I want to know what happened in between Batman the Animated Series and Justice League.
Yeah. Let's do that. Is that on Netflix?
It is not.
Oh.
And I haven't been able to find it, so.
Dang it. Okay, well.
So never mind then.
We'll see if it could. Maybe it's on DVD somewhere.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know. Anyways, so do we have anything else to say about this piece of shit?
Well, there was one scene we said we'd get back to.
Yes.
One little bit. For those of you who somehow are not aware, Mystery Science Theater 3000 is a big inspiration to us.
So we do often snark to each other in the middle of films, and then have to go back and rewatch what we missed. But
I expanded one of their classic songs.
One of the songs that they sang in the middle of a film at multiple points.
And I said it would be great to bring it up for the 100th episode, and especially because an actual forklift appears in this show. So, now without further ado, I pre-recorded the Not So Deadly Forklift song.
Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some days when the stars align and your 100th episode comes along and a scene happens when Lex Luthor is using a piece of equipment to move a chunk of kryptonite into the back of a truck from a ship.
And
ladies and gentlemen, it calls for a musical number. Oh, we just watched a stupid sci-fi movie. There was a fight with Rocky and Ken. He tried to kill him with a forklift, but that old dork swiftly escaped again. He didn't choose to shoot him with a gun, no, nor did he stoop to stab with a knife. He tried to kill him with a forklift, but that old dork swiftly preserved his life. So now you see the challenge that he faced there. How do you kill a man with such power? What armament is great enough to slay him? As we move on to the final hour, we tried to kill him with a forklift, but that old dork swiftly got away. He tried to kill him with a forklift, but that old dork escaped from the fray. He tried to kill him with a forklift, and he'll try again someday.
That was the song.
Yay! That was recorded in the middle of the film.
Yeah.
So if our voices sound different, it's because we've been talking for Oh, 2 hours at this point.
Also, we didn't have sheet music. You may have noticed we were picking out different notes at the same time sometimes.
Well, some of that is because my voice is so low, I can't go as high as you can. So, anyways, this has been 100th episode of The Rambling Reviewers.
Yeah, you know what? I should look up exactly how old we are. When was our very first video?
Oh,
we should say. Oh yeah. These are listed. Oh, all right. I listed them by most popular. By the way, our most popular videos was fixing Star Wars prequels, then Cisco, then Ruby Season 3, then Save the Last Email for Strong Bad, and then Man of Steel review. Back when we had actual art. Remember that? Yeah.
4 years.
4 years ago. Let me go check the date. It was September 9th, 2013. So about 4.5 years.
When we were young and
I was still wearing that hat.
And we had art.
And we had art. Yeah, if everyone wants to contribute art, let us know.
No, seriously, we would like art.
That'd be nice. That was looked all professional. We got 358 views on that thing after 4.5 years.
Yeah.
We got 6.7 thousand though on Star Wars, so that's big.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, 3.2K on Rambling Reviewers.
And we have
on Cisco.
You realize we have 100 videos and 93 subscribers now. Come on, guys, catch up with us. We're outpacing you. I know you can do it now.
Okay, so we want to thank all of our fans.
Yeah, everyone who's been supportive and likes us and uses us to fall asleep at night. You know, it's like white noise.
To all of our enemies, we hope you burn in hell and die. We will hunt you down. To all of our families, thank you for putting up with our bullshit over the years and dealing with the fact that we are total dorks.
Yay! You know, the internet gives us the opportunity to be dorks in public, but only to those people that wanted to listen. So thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to us, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, even you, TARDIS man. I don't blame you.
No,
I don't blame you for Space Dandy.
Yeah, we're not actually.
It wasn't actually bad.
We're glad.
I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't bad.
It was, obviously people they share things, we review it, and he was nice enough even when we didn't like it.
Yeah, even when I threatened to gut you.
Yeah.
Wow, I threatened to gut you. My God, I'm a terrible person. Yeah, so anyways.
So, I think the lesson we've learned, among others, is
don't watch Space Dandy.
Is that, well, I always said one of the great things of having a review show is that when you see terrible films, there's an upside because you get to review them. And we've also learned lessons about how to make things better, like how to write better stories. You and I are both writers.
We've grown as people just by watching these things.
Yeah.
We've learned how to pick apart things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've learned how to pick apart things, so we can't just appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wow, this was so great. I'm going to watch it again. Oh, God, why did I like this?
But it really makes you appreciate the ones that do hold up. You realize why they hold up. You can see the full structure of it. And you're like, look, see, every bit of this made sense and fit together. Thank goodness.
Okay, so just thank you to our fans.
Thank you to everyone.
Thank you to SF Debris, who has never contributed, but I've taken great inspiration
from.
from.
Thank you to SF Debris anyway.
Thank you to Rooster Teeth and to Linkara and
Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah, after this, we're going to watch the Batman v Superman review from his channel.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Oh, yes. You have any inspirations you'd like to name?
I mean, I want to thank all the other writers I've worked with and creators in general. We're part of a tribe, the people that like to create things. Some of which I've lost contact with for one reason or another, but it's been great to work together with people.
I'd like to thank my current partner, in writing. I'm aware of what kind of thing. Current partner in writing, Noel Emack, which is chameleon backwards, but I don't know how to say that properly.
That's
but
fine.
No, so I just call him Noel. Here's hoping you feel better soon. And I'm looking forward to working on the next chapter of Emissary with you.
Yeah, we're
thanks to Squeak and On, who headed Pony in a Box back when.
Squeak, I hope you listen to this at some point. Pony in a Box was wonderful, and there's still a few of us hanging around. We haven't done much recently, but that's really the most important thing I was thinking of when I was thinking people I worked with, because that's such a great group.
Thanks to Lauren Goodnight for being the voice of Twilight Sparkle in Pony in a Box.
Yeah. Are we gonna go through every single person in Pony in a Box now?
No, I'm just trying to think of names.
Random is in there. He's a great voice actor. Damn it, we're gonna miss Slywit. I have to go through everyone now, otherwise I'll miss out important people.
I'd like to thank Keith David for being the voice of Admiral Anderson in Mass Effect and the Arbiter in Halo.
Neil the Nerd did our voice.
I'd like to thank Peter Cullen for being Optimus Prime.
Patrick Stewart for being awesome in everything he does.
The guy who played Cisco, whose name I can't remember at the moment.
The guy who played Cisco. That's his name? No.
Kate Mulgrew, because even though I didn't like you as Janeway, you are my headcanon as Pigo in Worm.
Thank the one other person we actually had in an episode. Paul showed up for one.
Thank you, Paul. We could actually have done that episode without you. No, seriously, you didn't say much. I mean, it wasn't. I'm honest, damn it.
Wait, was that the Star Wars episode, though?
Yeah, that was the Star Wars.
That was our most popular episode ever. I think they just came for Paul. That was it.
Of course.
They just needed to hear Paul's voice.
Paul. They came for Paul. For all of his 5 sentences. No, seriously, dude. For you and Chris, I'm hoping for the best for you guys. You are awesome. To my sister, Erin, and her husband, Chris.
To Claire.
Different Chris.
A friend of mine who's been so helpful. To other friends I've known.
To Jesse, who is in Colorado and sent me a cookbook for my birthday.
To my Aunt Joanne.
No, wait, no. She sent Erin the cookbook and then inspired her to send a copy of that cookbook to... Whatever, thanks, Jess.
Someone listening to this is currently rolling their eyes, wondering how long we're going to go on. Thank you to everyone we forgot to mention, because I'm sure there's somebody important. You know, we should have listed this out in advance, but we're eventually going to name everyone in our lives, and then there's the security numbers.
Thanks to the God Emperor, praise be to him and his mastery of mankind. Satan, to whom we sold our soul, unfortunately not for views or faves or followers.
Back in the day. Sudbury schools in general are awesome, just so you know.
Having money, we like money.
Thanks to the internet for existing.
Thanks to the people of Space Battles.
Yeah.
Okay, I think once we start listing schools, no, not even specific schools.
Types of schools
and internet forums. We've run out of people to thank. Okay. So, thank you so very much.
This is not the end, folks. We're gonna do more videos.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, how long?
Stay tuned for more videos, including the return of the continuing Korra coverage. Yeah.
Probably something from the DCAU, because we actually like that stuff.
Something from the DCAU. We're gonna look at
Attack on Titan Season 2, probably.
Probably also Young Justice.
Young Justice, yeah.
Probably some Studio Ghibli films.
Oh gosh, yeah. Let's do good films. There's just so many good films. I have all the DVDs. I'm planning on staying away from Justice League, though. I am tired of DC live-action films for now.
Yeah, for now, I think we're done with DC. Once every 100 episodes is good.
Legends say that once every 200 emails, the Poopsmith shall rise to croon again. Thank you to Homestar Runner. Thank you to MST3K. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's everybody.
I think that's it for this episode.
Are you sure? We might have missed some people in China
I'm sure we did.
All 7
Whoever
billion.
manufactured this specific computer and microphone, thank you.
Thanks to the person who manufactured my copy of Diva's pistol in foam.
Yeah.
Diva from Overwatch.
Thanks, Diva
this
from
thing
Overwatch.
Is cool. Even though the reason I picked it was not because I like Diva, but because it is the only gun that will fit my gigantic hands.
Yay for gigantic hands. It's a superpower.
Yeah. Well, technically Mr. Fantastic can have that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's
that's all we have. So I'm Sith King.
And I'm Sonic Sons.
We are signing off for the 100, well, not 100th time, but
what?
We are signing off of our 100th episode.
Woo!
We were harmonizing there for a bit.
Okay, bye.
Bye.